been a while. How's everyone doing? It's been a while. How's everyone doing? How's everyone feeling? What's
a while? You mean one day?
It's been 1 day or 0 days for subscribers to the channel.
Because shame that not enough of your subscribers yet.
You got everything early, all in one dump. You got full dump. And if you too
I do take some pretty full dumps.
If you too would like a full dump, I suggest you head to youtube.com/@NotScottHenson and click the old join button at the thick hog level or higher, and you too will be getting full dumps in no time.
The fullest of dumps.
And that's how we do that. Also, hey, we're going to be talking about some movies on the podcast. Just want to get everyone emotionally prepped for that, and want to make sure everyone's taking prep. Just safety first. Just I grind up a prep and snort it every day, and it gives me the peace of mind I need for whatever's coming at me or on me or in me that day. I feel a lot safer.
Do you want to explain what prep is to some of our let's say less gay?
Oh, to our quote unquote heterosexual fan base.
Quote unquote.
It's, to my understanding, I've never seen it. But to my understanding, it's what they invented because they were
they
were getting real mouthy about what was it? That was it. It was the AIDS crisis. The
big A.
About how we have all this unprotected gay sex and we keep getting AIDS. So, once again, Big Pharma with its warm heart steps in to do good for society, never bad, and makes a magic drug that if you crush one up and snort it every day, you probably won't get AIDS, no matter how many male strangers you're raw dogging.
I like it. Now it's free, right? Big Pharma's giving it out for free?
Are they? I have no idea.
I'm asking you. I don't know.
I wish I knew.
Because you know what? Big Pharma's such nice guys.
I mean, they've never done anything bad to me.
I guess that's fair.
Is prep free?
And that is forever in your search history.
Yep. Well, if I see something advertising the lowest prep cost in Canada,
you're gonna assume it's
okay. If you're
gay,
if you're 24 or younger and do not have insurance coverage through school, your parents' plan, or your employer, prescription medications, including PrEP, are free under the OHIP.
I'm gay.
The I'm Gay Plus program. That's Ontario, but I assume it's similar province to province.
So does that mean that like BC Medical will cover it up to 24? Probably.
Yeah, and then you're on your own.
Do they just assume that most people over 24 have jobs that give you medical?
Or have stopped fucking?
I mean, that's also... Or stopped caring.
All strong possibilities. So, yeah, it's one of those, I guess. So now we know about prep.
There we go.
Now, what... Oh, yeah, I was talking about being prepped for us talking about movies. And if you'd like to do even more preparation in... H and get us to talk about a movie you want, we are against God and nature and our better wishes, still taking requests for the latecomers low price of $50 US per request, sent to paypal.me/NotScottHenson. If you play this right, this will be the rest of our lives.
It'll be the worst year of our lives.
Hey, there's a reason
it'll be the worst rest of our lives, which is 1 year.
The worst lives.
Worst lives.
Yeah.
The worst lives of our lives.
We'll find a way to keep shortening the title of the podcast as time goes on and have it be as much or even more accurate every time. So at this juncture, I present us with two options.
Okay.
We, like part one, do a 1 hour and 2 minute preamble, and then get into the 7 remaining movies we have. Or we don't do that.
I'm listening.
That's it. We don't. We end the podcast right now.
I mean, technically, it could be 6 movies, not 7 movies.
I guess it is. It's sort of 6. In a way, it's 6, but in other ways, it's not. Andrew, what do you think about that?
I don't know. Let's spend 45 minutes looking up e-fucked videos to react to. Then, while also doing that,
which we already did off pod,
we spend 25 minutes finding Twitter Creep of the Week. So right there,
we already had New York Magazine Creep of the Week. We don't need to put a hat on a hat.
Or hear me out. We just do the fucking movies
just
because
the movies?
we have another fucking thing to do.
I see. These are all strong possibilities. Here's all I'm gonna do before we get into movies right quick. Speaking of spending 45 minutes, and that's probably conservative, on eFucked videos, which shout out to eFucked for still existing, EFUKT.com, if anyone is interested.
You're welcome.
We were watching weird porn, as we are wont to do, and we were both perhaps almost simultaneously reminded of a famous one where a man is having what appears to be anal sex with a nice young woman, and he doesn't need to be using PrEP because of the woman part, and he manages in mid sex, mind you, to slide the balls in there too, to which he reacts, "Booyah!"
Booyah!
And I believe winks at the camera. And I couldn't find it. It's old because the guy who did it went to jail in 2008. So the video is pre that. Through my research, I did uncover that the guy's name, his porn name, or his real name, or both, is Tony Everready. So that should help. So I need someone to find me the Booyah video because my life is not complete without seeing it again. So this is the crowdsourcing portion of the episode. Find me.
I think I found it.
What? Drew did it.
The problem is I have it on mute and I can't tell if he...
Well, I need to know if he says Booyah. Oh, this... Come on. Oh.
Okay, yeah.
Wait for it.
I
think this might be it, but I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I hope this is picking up on my...
I don't know if it is. I think it might be too quiet. And it's too far away from the microphone.
Oh, he's in the right...
Yeah.
Oh!
No, it's the one we saw earlier.
Oh, it is. Oh, yeah. Oh, it was Booyah! It's when he pops the balls out.
Booyah! You
okay.
are welcome, Scott.
Crowdsourcing portion over. We saw
You're
Booyah.
all bad at your job.
Yeah.
I did it before.
Good job, assholes.
Booyah.
Good for nothing. Oh,
Booyah.
That's okay. Where can these fine people find?
Oh, I don't know.
Booyah?
I just typed in. I went to the Google machine.
Yeah.
And I typed in dick and balls in ass.
Great.
And then I
Safe
went
search off.
to what was this? xvideos.com.
Great.
And it is just entitled "Dick in Pussy." Dot balls in ass.
Okay, so dick and pussy, balls and ass on X videos.
On X videos
should get you there.
Should get you there.
Excellent. It makes like it really. You get like a real pop.
That's probably why he says "booyah." He's so surprised.
I mean, yeah,
at how good the sound was. He was like, "Booyah!"
It's so good. I hope he didn't get raped in jail.
I don't know. It depends what he went to jail for.
Rape.
Adult or child?
Ooh, hard to say.
Because child, I think you're pretty.
You know what?
I think you're pretty fucked if you go to jail as a child molester.
Yeah. No, but adults. Booyah wouldn't touch
you
a kid.
don't know.
Nah, Booyah seems cool. I mean, not cool enough to not rape, but cool enough to not rape a kid.
What's his name? Andretti?
Mario Andretti. Tony Eveready. A good man. Oh, you're looking at what he went to jail for? I don't know, probably stealing $45 worth of socks. Getting caught with one joint.
Sentenced in gun and drug case. Boo.
Oh, that's
boring.
Boo.
Boring. Boo. Do something worse. Boo.
Do something worse.
His legal government name is Dwayne Reed Moore.
His name is Dwayne Reed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dwayne Reed Moore.
And his brother Walgreens.
Walgreens.
He's just named a drugstore.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
The thug of porn sentenced for coke and gun charges.
Now that he's in jail, could I
become the thug of
could
porn?
I vie for the title the thug of porn?
I think it's up for grabs.
Because
unless he's
that speaks to me.
Out of jail?
I mean, it's been 14 years. He's probably out. With all this fucking bail reform,
How about
God.
wikiporno.org?
I'm in.
The Booyah video. Tony Everetty's most well-known moment came from an internet video clip shot during his tenure at blacksonblondes.com.
Yep.
During filming, Everetty inserted his testicles into fellow porn star Alicia Angel's rectum, then proceeded to simultaneously have vaginal intercourse with her, whilst two companions utter remarks such as nuts in the ass, dick in the pussy, words I can't say, freak that bitch out, clown on her, DP'd. As the crew, as the coitus drew to a close,
very scientific.
First extracted his penis from Angel's vagina, making an extremely uncharacteristic popping noise.
Yep.
Stranger yet was Everetty's insertion of his extraction of his testicles from Angela's anus, these two making a popping noise, yet different from the first.
True.
Everetty himself concluded the exclamation with the now famous quote, "Booyah."
Booyah! So apology for describing it wrong at first. It was not all anal. It started vaginal and then went crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
That's great. I'm very happy.
Can I say one thing that I think is really funny?
I insist that you do.
I gotta find somebody else who has it, but have I heard of any of these porn stars? No. I'm gonna click on Katie Gold.
I'm gonna click on KD Lang.
Nope. I did not need that one. I don't know. Somebody who's a famous porn star?
Jenna Jameson.
That's exactly who I looked up.
Might be the only. Oh, and then the one who did Entourage, Sasha Grey.
Yeah.
Those are literally the only two porn stars I can name.
There you go.
And Tony Eveready now.
Yeah. So Sasha.
Oh, and of course, everyone's favorite Buck Angel.
Wow. Buck Angel #1 forever.
#1 forever.
I like that on the Wiki Porno website.
Yeah.
It gives you strengths and weaknesses as a performer.
Oh, I like that. They give you like a tail of the tape.
Yeah.
Like so, reach.
So this is for Sasha Grey. In addition to her beautiful face, great body, and spectacular bubble butt, Sasha is an intense, no-holes-barred performer.
Okay.
It can be debated that one weakness of Miss Grey is to think that her transition from porn to public figure will be anywhere near as seamless as she wishes. I was assuming it would be like, you know, great natural breasts, loves anal sex, not so good at giving blowjobs.
Yeah,
I thought
that makes sense. Yeah.
I don't know. Can I even think of? I mean, all right. Keep talking. I'm gonna look up some porn stars.
Should you look up some porn stars, or should we talk about 7 movies?
Okay, let's talk about 7 movies.
Smoking Aces, 2006. Brought to us by Eric C. Not to be confused with Pay Pig Eric. We got 2 Erics on the payroll. Yeah. Reverse payroll. The people that pay us.
Payroll.
Yeah.
Smoking Aces, 2007. My first.
I would say 2006.
Sorry, 2006. My first note is.
It'd be so funny if it's the same as mine.
Fucking rug on Piven's head is so fucking disgusting looking.
It's my second note. My first note is R.I.P. bad actor Ray Liotta.
He was okay.
He was okay in this. He was okay in this.
He hadn't quite gotten to the point
Yeah.
where he was terrible.
Yeah, no, he was
But
alright.
just that fucking rug looked horrible. It was after the hair plugs, before the hair transplant.
Yes,
Yeah.
for just a straight up rug. So yeah, it's so impressive that Piven has a better hairline in 2006 than 1992. How did that happen?
I don't know. That is interesting. So what are you popping open there?
I'm popping up.
What's unofficial sponsor of the podcast?
I'm popping a boner first of all, and I'm also
after all that porn talk. How could you not?
absolutely. You know how I love human porn.
Yeah.
You know how I love human porn.
You know what? I do know how you like.
Watch it every day. That's why I can name so many human porn stars and almost and almost zero furry TF artists. I couldn't rattle off 50 right now. I love human porn.
I like it when a human woman and a human man
Have intercourse. Coitus even.
Coitus.
But the unofficial sponsor of the podcast, unlike Manscaped, who, if they get their shit together by next week, is the official sponsor of the podcast. We're looking at a Blue Monkey. I like.
That's racist.
Oh, you can't call them that anymore. I like.
Prefer to be called turquoise. Turquoise monkeys.
Fair. I'm rocking a turquoise
Is that a
monkey.
racist term for the things in Avatar? A turquoise
Oh,
monkey?
it very much is. Yeah, you shouldn't call them that at all. Blue Monkey sparkling yuzu drink, which
Zoo.
I like.
You like zoo.
I do, as previously stated. No, I like when you go with a company that's known for something, but don't get the thing they're known for. Because Blue Monkey makes coconut water. There's zero coconut water in this.
Okay.
There is a yuzu and coconut drink. Straight yuzu. I got no
Nice.
goddamn time for coconut water, and it's very good. And that's where we find ourselves right now. We also find ourselves with Jeremy Piven as Buddy Israel. What have you?
Nothing. I was seeing if a website still existed, and it does, and I'm not bringing it up. Buddy Israel, what a name.
My third note, in fact. Buddy Israel. I wonder how he got his foot in the door in show business.
A Jew in show business?
What?
Not implying that Tim Allen's a Jew, because I feel like he's anything but.
He's definitely not.
What did I write? My fucking boy, Pete Berg.
Number one director, Pete Berg.
Pete! I love him.
Rocking
I
out.
love him.
There's a lot.
I don't care that all of his movies are bad and made for middle America.
And star
I
Mark
love him.
Wahlberg.
I love him. He's the best. He's actually a decent director. He just makes dumb movies.
Yeah.
But I love him.
No, I'd like for him to sink his teeth into something other than Mark Wahlberg in the military.
Well, first of all, he also did one where Mark Wahlberg worked on an oil rig.
That's the military of the sea.
That's not.
And now, look, a lot of people are going to come out here telling you that's the Navy, but it's not. It's oil rigs.
the Navy.
That's the military of the sea. It's all the same. It was Lone Survivor at sea.
Navy. We
You
fuck
can have
each
a bunch
other
of
in the
guys.
ass in the Navy.
I would go, you can fuck a bunch of guys.
Oh,
In the
okay.
Navy, you can fuck a bunch of guys. Yeah.
Yep.
And you can.
And you can.
Guys.
You can. And you will.
You want to fuck a bunch of guys? Join the Navy.
So, buddy.
Even at Niage. Subliminal.
What a reference.
Yep.
What a reference. Also, what a dumb thing.
It was a bad episode.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
silly.
It was post Good Simpsons.
So, Jeremy Piven as Buddy Israel is
Yep.
a magician.
A Vegas magician,
Vegas magician who gets in with the mob
as they do.
and
Looking at you, Copperfield,
kind of works his way up
into actually being a mob guy.
a mob guy.
yeah, because he thinks it's cool.
I guess. Or
That's
I don't know.
That's basically like the explanation was like, yeah, he got
Being
a
a
taste.
mobster's cool.
He got a taste for it. Now then he just started like bankrolling robberies and drug deals.
Yeah, just like go like taking it way too far.
Yeah.
And pissing off all of the other mob bosses.
Yeah.
So they put a hit out on him.
Yeah.
To take him down a peg or two.
Which the FBI?
I mean, who isn't involved?
Yeah, which the FBI found out through like wiretaps.
Well,
and
so
stuff.
the two main FBI agents are Ray Liotta and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
They are wiretapping the house of like the main old timey mob
boss
guy. And Primo Sparazza is his
Yes.
name. And they are going. They find out that they're putting a hit out on Israel. They've been.
I could have muted that.
Probably. They've been trying to get Israel to flip.
I've been trying to get Israel. Never mind.
Watch where you're talking. We're pretty early in the pod still.
I know.
They're trying to get Buddy Israel to flip on the rest of the mob. Or
Yeah.
they've been trying to get him to.
Yeah.
And he's doing it, sort of.
Sort of.
It's really weird because, like...
It seems like he's going to, yeah.
Did I make my note here? No. But I made two notes that are completely out of context, and now I don't actually remember what they are. Well, I'm gonna find out as I talk it through because maybe you'll remember.
Sure.
So they hear about the hit, and then we sort of very slowly like introduced all the characters. So there's like
A lot of characters.
A bail bondsman that's played by Ben Affleck,
Yeah.
whose sidekicks are Peter Berg and Martin Henderson.
Yeah.
And then you got like the bodyguards for Buddy Israel, which is Common. And another black guy who kind of looks exactly like Common. Then you got the guy who's the head of the FBI, which is Andy Garcia.
Yeah.
Not the head of the FBI, but the head of the investigation. The
Yeah, some
agent in
kind
charge.
of deputy fucking something.
Andy Garcia, who has a conjoined twin on his neck in real life. I don't know if you know that, but he absorbed his twin in the womb, and now he's got like a weird lump here from the... No? You
I
didn't know
did
that?
not know that. Is that your crazy fact?
Nope.
Or you got
somehow crazier.
I love
The
it.
crazier note is actually about the movie, not about a person in the movie.
Okay. And Andy Garcia doing a weird / terrible accent?
But what is it?
It is sometimes Southern, and it is sometimes not Southern.
It's sometimes Southern and it's sometimes Latino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on.
Yeah, bizarre choice. Very
Yes.
bizarre choice. Then you've got these two like high-profile hired female hitmen played by Alicia Keys and Taraji P. Henson.
My sister.
Noted your sister.
Yep.
Just later on, just a note that I made, 2006 Alicia Keys, super hot.
Super hot. And I love that the introduction scene of those two was underscored by a little 1998 Outcast.
Yeah.
A little Spotty Oddie Dopalicious, fucking awesome song. Just 8 minutes of trumpets.
Yep.
It's great.
A lot of trumpets.
Damn.
Yeah, I think, is that all you kind of get interested? No, I guess not right away, because like there's more. There's
I think we got Nazis around the same time as black ladies.
Noted former cast member of Lost, Nestor Carbonell.
Nestor Carbonell. I wrote Richard Alpert! ! Batman Well! ! He was Batman Well on The Tick.
Mm-hmm.
On
That's right.
Yeah, Patrick Warburton, The Tick.
Fox.
Hmm?
Right, it was on Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great.
Then we get to meet the Tremor brothers, which are three neo-Nazis.
Yep.
There is at some point a line where I believe somebody says that they can recite Mein Kampf like it's Mother Goose is a line.
Fun.
Then we get to meet... So yeah, the neo-Nazis are played by a very young Chris Pine.
Yep. Little baby
and
Chris Pine.
Kevin Durand, who people would recognize from stuff.
From being big.
From being big and from being in Mystery Alaska. That's my go-to
Very nice.
Kevin Durand movie. And not Kevin Durant.
I was gonna say, didn't he play for OKC?
Then we also meet Buddy Israel's like, I don't know, sidekick / bodyguard kind of, but he's not very good at it, which is also a younger Joel Edgerton, but fat and as a Russian.
Yeah.
Which was kind of weird.
Yeah, he somehow looked older than Joe Edgerton looks
now and way fatter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, anyways, so the hit gets put out, and the FBI kind of realizes that, like, oh, this is going to be fucking full out war.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's going to be going for that. Although, like, they put $1 million hit on him, which I guess seems like a lot, but also
could be more.
Doesn't seem like that much money. That all these people, I mean, sure, it's an easy mill, but, like, all these people are...
Is it $1 million US or Argentinian pesos?
Could be pesos, which is nothing. So
it's nothing.
It's
like $4,000.
It's like, yeah, it's nothing. So he's at Lake Tahoe.
Yes.
So he's at Lake Tahoe, hiding out in the penthouse suite of the
casino
there.
Yeah.
And all these bad guys are sort of swarming towards the area, and then it just kind of goes batshit crazy.
Yes.
So there is, like, you get the Peter Berg, Ben Affleck, Martin Henderson part where they show up, they're in the parking lot, they're talking through their plan, and you're thinking, like, oh, this is, like, an important part of the movie. Like, they're gonna be, neo-Nazis show up.
Or is it?
And just fucking blow them away.
Like,
out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And they're all, and well, Ben and Berg are fucking dead.
Yep.
Henderson is not quite dead, but just, like, the big, probably at the time, the biggest name in the movie.
One of them, for sure.
My favorite director, Peter Berg.
I thought you were going to say your favorite director, Ben Affleck. I mean, which of them has a Best Picture Oscar under their belt?
A good movie. Like, a movie that I genuinely like.
Argo, Fuck Yourself?
It's okay.
It's fine.
It's not bad.
Sometimes they just do weird Best Pictures.
Sometimes.
They're like, let's pick a decent, forgettable movie and give it Best Picture. An Argo, a Green Book.
Well, he directed... I mean, Gone Baby Gone's good.
Gone Baby Gone is good.
And The Town's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then Argo's fine, and nobody saw Live by Night.
Oh, yeah, that is a movie that existed.
Was him directing himself as, like, a gangster something.
It must be nice to direct yourself.
I mean, if you wanna do
whatever. It's like, Ben, stand over here and say this. Ben, you fucking nailed it.
If anyone,
you're so good at acting and directing, Ben.
If anyone would do it, that would be Ben.
It's Ben.
For sure, he would be like, you know what, man? You did a really good job today. You directed and you acted.
Look, anything to bring him back.
You're so much better than your brother.
Anything to bring him back from the heartbreak.
And that sick back tattoo, Ben, is really cool.
Of the Batman versus Superman.
I like a white guy from Massachusetts who gets a full back dragon tattoo. What a cool fucking guy Ben Affleck
Hey, Ben.
is.
You didn't get me too.
But also, he gets to fuck Jennifer Lopez. That's crazy.
On 2 separate occasions.
I feel like she's way hotter now than before.
I mean,
she was fine.
She wasn't bad in 2003.
But like now, ooh,
she's kind of figured everything out. Like at 50,
she's like the perfect body. It's fucking nuts.
It is nuts.
I'm very jelly. So yeah, I mean, everything just sort of like, they all start showing up. The Nazis show up. The FBI guys are trying to figure out their plan. Ben's dead.
We have to go talk to Piven's lawyer.
Yeah.
Played by coked out Jason Bateman.
Yes.
Which
is a funny name. Rupert Rip Reed is his name, which is fucking
cool
weird.
name. And so he's not of much use because he is gacked out of his mind.
No, just
we see a bunny head in the corner of the room, and I'm like, what was the bunny head for, Bateman? And I know. And I had forgotten that this movie is the origin, presumably, of a thing that I think about and laugh about sometimes, and had no memory it was Smoking Aces. When coked out Bateman, I guess it was when they're leaving, maybe, he and the handshake they do, he's like, bones it, lock it, and put the chain on it.
Yeah,
I did not remember that was Smoking Aces. I'm like, I just think about that and laugh sometimes. It's very funny.
Very great line that he said that I'd forgotten about was, I said, Jason Bateman referring to hands as dick beaters is maybe my new favorite thing. Because like Martin Henderson like picks up the bunny head,
Yeah.
and then he goes, "Hey, get your dick beaters off that. That's not yours."
Bateman had a nice little mid 2000s run, like this and Dodgeball.
Dodgeball.
Yeah, those are the two. But
Cotton. What is that name? These characters' name's Cotton.
one of them's Cotton
Yeah.
because it's a bold move, Cotton, and we'll see if it pays off.
Yeah. Oh no, Cotton's
Gary Cole.
Gary Cole.
Yeah.
I will say I will legitimately watch any Jason Bateman movie.
I fucking love Jason
Even
Bateman.
if it kind of looks bad, I'll still see it. I think I've probably seen every movie he's done. Like maybe have I seen Teen Wolf 2?
I was gonna say that was the first thing I was gonna say. Teen Wolf 2.
I don't know if I've seen Teen Wolf.
I don't know if
2.
I've seen Teen Wolf
one.
2 start to finish.
Yeah,
I've probably
me
seen
neither.
bits of Teen Wolf 2.
Somebody can pay us $50 to watch Teen Wolf 2.
Guess what, guys? The power's
You know
in your
what?
hands.
You can pay us $100 to watch Teen Wolf 2.
yeah, don't
Let's see how long it is.
yeah, don't let it stop you. There's no limitations on this. Pay us $200 to see Teen Wolf 1 and 2.
It's 95 minutes, so
Solid.
you can feel free to pay us $100 for that. Man, it is a 1.9 on Letterboxd.
I don't think it is well received.
Tubi.
Hey, and you're a Tubi
And now
man.
that I got my free Tubi subscription, I can go watch it.
To be or not to be?
Who's the female lead? Is she hot?
I think
Am I gonna want to fuck her?
I think it's just an actual dog that he fucks.
Then yes. Holy shit! It's got OG Gomez Adams, John Aston in it.
Oh wow.
R.I.P. So yeah, what notes? Oh, here's a thing that just like halfway through I thought about. I was like, I bet you that Piven felt like so fucking cool and important. Like
Yeah.
because like he's the main guy.
Yeah.
But like he's so
And there's- yeah.
unimportant to everything. But I
Yeah.
wrote like I could just imagine him being the most difficult cunt to deal with
Yeah.
on set.
Because he's apparently insufferable.
Absolutely.
Everyone hates Jeremy Piven.
Everyone hates
Yeah.
Piven. And now you're like, it's on the peak of like him on the rise a little bit.
Yeah.
And I could just picture him being just like
Yeah.
a complete
Like,
fucking piece of shit.
Entourage is popping off.
Yeah. That like he's just insufferable.
Yeah.
And then so an actor who's got a face you know, but you're like, I would never be able to tell you his name or what he's been in.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Tommy Flanagan. He's
Okay.
the guy with the scar.
All right.
I'm gonna, you know what, I'm gonna go out on a bold statement here and say I was gonna say he's Irish. He's actually Scottish.
I also would have said Irish based on Flanagan.
Yeah.
That's very Irish.
He's an assassin who has mastered the art
Of disguise.
disguise.
Yeah.
He's a master of disguise.
Ah.
That's what we call him. He's a turtle.
This is a sequel to 2001's Master of Disguise.
So
Regrettably came out the week of 9/11.
when we first see him, he has. Do you remember when we first see him?
What was it?
They show that when they're introducing all of these assassins and characters.
As a black guy in a wheelchair?
As a black guy in a wheelchair with
Yeah.
dreads who murders like some random.
Yeah, and then takes off his black guy
and then-
with dreads
and then-
head, and it's Tommy
Yeah.
Flanagan.
And I said, "Ooh, does that count as blackface?"
kind of.
If you put a mask over, you're not painting your
It's true.
skin.
Well, I think there's one way to find out. We do black mask.
Done. Black mask. I'm done. I'm doing it. What I wrote: the unexpected murder of Ben and the boys. So after the Nazi guys have gone in and they got into the hotel, because the Ben and the boys' plan was they rented uniforms for the people that work at the hotel.
Yes.
And they're going to go in like that. That's their access.
Yeah.
And then the Nazis see the costumes and decide, that's a good fucking idea. Let's do that. So they go into the hotel. I think they may kill some people on their way in.
Yeah, why not?
Then when they're in the elevator, they do maybe the coolest thing ever. They draw on their own Hitler mustaches.
Yes, they
and I
do.
was like, that's pretty tight.
They're like, it's time to go
That's
to work.
pretty fucking tight.
Hitler up.
Hitler up.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
That was pretty good. I wrote Alicia Keys and Taraji P. Henson dropping a couple of hard Fs, but I don't remember what the
they were.
situation
I was more distracted by the fact that Taraji kept dropping the word dead as a verb. We're gonna dead these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Didn't like it.
I don't know, maybe she's just Never mind.
I tell you another crazy thing. Alicia Keys said something, and Taraji agreed with her by saying "bet," which was like slang that
Like 14 years early.
slang that Zoomer started using like last year. I'm like a little,
real fucking weird.
a little slow on the uptake, kids.
Real fucking
Like,
weird.
I know everything you've ever said has been stolen from Black Twitter, but this is from before there was Twitter.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are real slow
Crazy.
on this one. I thought it was like maybe a 6-month turnaround
Yeah.
for stolen
For
slang,
stolen slang.
not 15 years. Get it together.
I don't know.
I'm embarrassed for you, Zoomers.
Me too.
Yeah.
I feel bad for all of the cool boomers or the boomers. Whatever. Move on. So I don't know.
We got a Lost reunion
We do get a Lost reunion.
of Richard Alpert and Dr. Jack Shepard.
Dr. Jack Shepard.
And Matthew Fox
There
is
are 3 Lost cast members in this movie.
Who's our third?
We get Jack. We get Nestor, and we
Yeah.
get Kevin Durant because he's one of the Dharma people.
Oh yeah, he is a Dharma person.
Oh, we get 3. Look at that. I like
Pretty
playing
good.
that game. I like the game of either how many Lost actors,
Yeah.
how many Game of Thrones actors in more recent things,
Yeah.
or how many Walking Dead actors in like older things.
Yeah.
Because you're always like, there's like
Yeah,
4
there's
in
you,
this
there's
movie.
you, there's
That's
you.
crazy.
Yeah. What else?
So Matthew Fox is the
Head of
concierge, head of security,
Head of security at the hotel.
but he's secretly,
Gay,
well, I don't know about secret, like,
but he's gay.
but he's also working for, like he's head of security for the hotel,
Yeah.
but he's really just head of security for Buddy Israel, right?
But only because they paid him a bunch.
Yeah, but like
Like his job is head of security at
But
the
I think
hotel.
his prime motive is to protect Buddy Israel.
Yeah.
Because that's what he's getting.
Because they
paid
gave him a
for.
shitload of money. Yeah.
But then Nestor, who is supposedly the like ultimate assassin, that like one time he got caught and he bit off all of his fingertips.
Yeah.
So that they wouldn't be
So
able
they
to
couldn't-
identify him
Yeah.
ever. And like that's kind of the whole story. Except for then that's also kind of not true. So yeah, he and Matthew Fox have this big scene in the sort of security office because Nestor has killed somebody and taken their uniform
Yeah.
to be one of the workers for the casino.
Mm.
I don't know. That seems pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think Matthew Fox didn't really get to do a lot of things.
Not
normally,
much.
So
Not much.
It's great that he gets to do that and Speed Racer and Alex Cross.
Nice. Vantage Point. That's a good one.
Vantage Point. That Vantage Point's okay.
Yep.
Then he's going. So Nestor ends up very sadly killing Matthew Fox.
Yep.
And then he's going to the elevator to go up to kill Buddy Israel, which
Yeah.
is when Ray Liotta arrives.
Yep.
Then Ray Liotta tries to get his attention and says, I'm like a police officer. I need to go all the way up. And then when they're in the elevator and they're kind of like
There's a good little tense moment there.
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're having like a regular conversation.
Yeah.
And then Liotta kind of realizes, looking at his hands, that he has no, like his fingertips are kind of like mangled, like
Yeah.
something's happened, and he knows that that's what
That's
the
the
guy
guy,
is.
yeah.
And then they both pull their guns, and then they just shoot each
Shoot
other
each other.
like 40 times. And
Yeah.
then they're both dying in the elevator.
Yeah.
And then, meanwhile, like, Alicia Keys and Taraji P. Henson have set up their plan, where Alicia's going to go and pretend that she's a hooker,
Yeah.
and Taraji's at the
Because there's a fairly steady flow of hookers to
lots
Jeremy
of
Piven's
hookers,
room.
lots of, like, drugs and parties and semen. And so Taraji's, like, at the hotel, like, across the street with, like, a
with
high
the biggest
powered-
gun in the world.
Yeah. Like,
With a cannon.
a cannon of a sniper rifle.
Yeah.
And is gonna, like, you know, they have a whole plan in place.
Yeah.
And then Alicia Keys finds Ray Liotta and Nestor Carbonell on the
Nestor Carbonara.
Carbonera in the elevator.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, well, one of them's a police officer. And then turns out that they were both police officers. They're like,
Well, Nestor had a fake badge.
but he was a special agent, wasn't he?
No, he's fake.
Hmm.
He's just an assassin. You can grumble at me all you
I'm
want.
gonna grumble at you.
It was a fake badge.
I mean, I know it was a fake badge, but wasn't he also
No.
undercover the entire time?
No, he was not. That's why he bit off all his fingertips.
Well, you gotta commit to the gimmick.
I don't think so.
Uh,
I think he was just an assassin.
Fine, he was just an assassin. So yeah, and then that is more when shit finally starts to like hit the fan. Like the Nazis arrive, and then Ryan Reynolds has heard over the radio that Ray Liotta is probably dead. So then he goes, and then
the Nazis fuck up a bunch of cops.
the Nazis and the cops, and then like riot gear, and then like SWAT shows up eventually.
Yeah,
and then there's just like this massive.
The Taraji just starts blasting.
She just starts shooting this cannon from across the street.
Yeah.
And then she thinks that Alicia Keys got killed because there's another hooker that looks like her.
Yeah.
And then she just starts trying to kill everybody.
Yeah, she just goes crazy. But actually, Alicia Keys was saved by a very handsome Common.
Very handsome Common.
Yeah.
I like Common a lot.
Yeah. And they just like fall in love, basically.
Kind of. But then like a very side thing at the time was that Martin Henderson is still alive.
Yes.
And he swims out of the lake that they've been thrown in to die.
Yeah.
Or with their dead bodies. And then he stumbles through the woods and finds like a random house. And then I was like, and like in the house is like an old grandmother looking after like a kid.
I have him labeled as Karate Wigger Kid.
Yeah, I wrote like, what the fuck was the point of the Karate Kid? Like, is it just
I don't know, but
annoying character?
I don't know, but the kid was very funny.
And the kid got a full-on boner from doing karate. Do you not remember that part? Like
I do remember that part. He was
doing like his build, like his buildup of like breathing and like building the energy while Martin Henderson's like dying in the bathtub, and he's like 9 or 10, and he gets a full-on erection.
This kid is nothing but unearned confidence.
Yeah.
This kid rocks. He's in full karate gi all the time.
Yeah.
But he talks like a wigger.
Yep.
And he does nothing but bully this adult man.
Yes. Oh yeah, he's just like
he is nothing but mean to him.
Verbally abusive to him, threatening to kill him.
Yeah. So while
talking back to his grandmother.
Talking back to his grandma. I was also hoping that grandma might do a misery with him, but
yeah.
But she didn't. But like, so after he's like, a little more together and out of the tub and at like the breakfast table talking to grandma, like Karate Wigger Kid shows up and he is saying the funniest stuff to Martin Henderson. My favorite being, "I'm not gay because I have a beard."
Yeah. Hey,
and
I guess we're not gay.
Couple of beards. And and then he starts to like getting up on him, like try to make him flinch, and he's like, "Anytime, fag." So funny.
But what was the point of all that?
None. Zero point. Like, if we had never seen Martin Henderson again, it wouldn't have changed anything. It was just 2 funny scenes.
Yeah.
Is what we got with Martin Henderson afterwards. Yeah. And yeah, so we obviously the movie had to do at least one fag because it did numerous actually, because at the end of the day, it is the Bush administration.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was before anybody could get canceled.
Yep.
Then
so the grandma was like telling Martin Henderson about the family and how
this is my gay grandson.
I can't remember where the son's mother went, but her son, the son's father, is unfortunately in jail. Mm-hmm. He did some home invasion, sodomy, torture type stuff and wrote some bad checks. Was it the checks?
Maybe it was the bad checks that got him in jail.
Yeah, that's how they got Capone.
That is true.
But that was also pretty funny.
So what do we got? We got like the big showdown.
During the big showdown, I can't believe, because it was definitely still a cliche in 2006, and maybe they did it to play on the cliche, but it seemed to be played pretty straight, where Ryan Reynolds is just like firing, runs out, throws the fucking gun.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, they're still doing that in the 2000s. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Then I just wrote, what a twist, but I think it was before the twist, so I don't know what I wrote the what a twist for.
Well, this is almost a case. I'm going to call this a less embarrassing death promise. Or maybe also a less embarrassing spiral from the Book of Saw, where they basically tell you the twist halfway through,
Yeah.
and then still reveal it at the end.
But I don't think that's what my note is for.
Oh, a different twist? I couldn't tell you the different
I don't
twist.
know.
Because basically...
Because I have 2 notes after that, and those 2 notes are... like, one is about the twist, and one is right after the twist is revealed. So I was like, I don't know what I wrote. I don't know what it is in reference to.
Huh.
What happens towards the very end? Common saves Alicia Keys and falls in love with her.
Yep.
The police go to arrest Taraji P. Henson.
Who's gay for Alicia Keys.
Who's gay for Alicia Keys, of course.
I'm also gay for Alicia Keys.
Me too. I'm also kind of gay for Taraji P. Henson.
I'm also kind of gay for Common.
Are we just gay for black people in this movie?
Are we just gay?
I mean, who's asking?
The prep doctor.
I don't know. I'm gonna read a synopsis.
Sure.
Of it.
So basically, the deal is what Andy Garcia was briefing everyone on the thing. There was an FBI agent who went deep undercover with the mob in the 50s and got like plastic surgery to look more Italian because he looked like more of a Buddy Israel type to start with. And was deep undercover with the mob, and then ended up getting killed by the current old guy mob boss. And at which point, and when they talked about him getting plastic surgery, I wrote, let me guess, Speranza is the old FBI undercover guy. And then like 2 notes later, I'm like, yes, the obvious thing I thought. And this is in the middle of my notes. Yeah. And then that's sort of revealed at the end.
Yeah.
I'm like, we know this.
Well, as soon as he's doing the like flip down chart shit earlier on that's in the 50s,
yeah,
I was like, okay, clearly that's the
Clearly
thing.
that's the guy, yeah.
Yeah, like... Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah, he killed the boss. The FBI guy killed the boss and became the boss. But I guess the extra is the FBI knew this because this mob boss, who is an FBI agent, but he's been in the mob for 50 years, is a wealth of information on the mob. And the reason the FBI is so intent on keeping both him and Buddy Israel safe is that Buddy Israel is his secret son. I guess that's a twist. Whatever. Who cares?
Maybe that's what my note's about.
It might be.
Maybe.
And an old man needs a...
Yes, it's a sarcastic what a twist, not a real twist. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so it's probably that. An old guy needs a, I don't know, kidney transplant, lung transplant, brain transplant.
Heart.
Full organ?
Heart.
That makes sense. I danced all around it, but didn't get there.
Everything but.
Yeah. Needs a heart transplant
butt transplant.
Needs a new butt.
Needs a buttyotomy.
So that's why they need to, that's why they're so invested in keeping both alive, is so they can take Piven's heart out of his chest and put it into an old man who has at best 2 years to live under the best of circumstances, because he's an old man.
And he's
but
had
I guess
a million surgeries.
But I guess they need to milk him for information before he kicks it.
Yeah.
So and that pisses off Ryan Reynolds, because he's like, you got a lot of fucking people killed, including my good buddy bad actor Ray Liotta.
Correct. Well, what? I mean, I don't know how. I wrote this note at the time, so obviously I felt it.
Okay.
I was like, I'd kind of forgotten that Ryan Reynolds can sort of act when he needs to.
Yeah.
Because
this is 2006, and we're well before the era where Ryan Reynolds only plays Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because every other fucking movie he's in is just
cracking wise.
Sarcastic cracking wise.
A lot of cracking wise.
But like the scene with
Andy Garcia
was actually really good. And I was kind of like, I forgot he's an actor.
He's an actor.
Like, I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah.
But then my last note is, though, as I said, like, I don't know, was like the big revelation and the ending really that dramatic or warranted? Like,
no.
Like the build up between Andy Garcia and Ryan Reynolds, like, is any of that really like as important as they made it seem?
No.
So like the
Yeah.
the ending final scene is Ryan Reynolds in the hospital room,
Yeah.
where Buddy, Israel, and old man are in their beds,
Yeah.
and they're both like unconscious, and he just unplugs both life support
To
machines.
which I ask, why are these two very important people unsupervised?
Also, how are they both on life support? Doesn't life support mean that they won't be able to survive?
Yes.
So even putting the heart in the old man, is that going to save his life? If the only thing keeping him alive is the machine?
Great question.
And then Reynolds like takes out his gun and his badge, puts it on the floor, and like he's locked the door behind him. And then Andy Garcia and them are like, hey, "What are you doing?
Yeah.
You're fucking up our plan."
To which I wrote, he smoked aces.
He smoked aces.
We did it.
He did.
It was Ryan Reynolds,
He was the titular aces.
the smoker of
The
aces.
smoker of aces. Some very quick, minor fun trivia things.
I was promised a fun trivia fact.
All of the conversations between Ray Liotta and Ryan Reynolds in the surveillance van were improvised by both of them
Okay.
on the spot.
Fun.
Then the shot with Ben Affleck in the bar where he sinks the 8-ball and continues with his monologue
Yeah.
took 20 shots
Oh, Ben.
because Ben
Sucks.
couldn't make the fucking
Cool.
shot.
Also, it was not a hard shot.
Nope.
It wasn't like a bank or anything. It was a straight in, like, 8-ball is 4 inches from the pocket, straight ahead pool shot.
According to Ben Affleck,
According to Garp.
that after filming their scene together, Ben told Joe Carnahan that Chris Pine is going to be somebody.
Okay.
According to Ben Affleck.
Good job. If true, nice call.
Feature film debut of Alicia Keys and Common.
Oh, nice.
Then
Common looked very comfortable for his first movie.
Yeah, he did.
Yep.
Yeah. Joe Carnahan, director, said that the scene between Andy Garcia and Ryan Reynolds worked really well.
Yeah.
Because both of them had a natural aggression towards each other, but not animosity. But they had built it up.
Just a couple of alphas
in their heads the
Yeah.
whole time. So that was it. But the one very interesting note is in a rare speaking event, filmmaker Terrence Malick has stated that this film is very well directed and has become one of his favorite films of all time.
Terrence Malick loves smoking aces.
Isn't that fucking weird?
Tree of Life, Badlands,
The New World, all of these like super artsy fartsy long shots, limited acting, and he's like, you know what I fucking love?
Smoking aces.
Shoot 'em ups.
Fucking
I
rocks.
like fucking shoot 'em ups. What a weird thing.
Speaking of which, this was given to us as an option between this and Shoot 'em Up.
Yeah.
And we went with
This
this.
is more
And
fun.
it was
This is
definitely
more
fun. Shoot 'em Up is, I think, sillier, more self-aware,
Sort of.
as I recall.
I just
yeah.
don't feel like there's as much ridiculous stuff in that.
Uh-huh.
Like, it's not as silly, although it does have AEW superstar Christian Cage in it.
I don't think I knew that. That's very exciting.
He has a very, very small role.
Yeah.
And a very small penis. What would you like to talk about?
Very true.
Whatever's next on the docket.
Why don't you just tell me then?
How about 1992's Candyman?
I'm in.
Candyman, that's 4.
Candyman,
Oh, fuck,
Candyman,
no,
Candyman,
say
Candyman,
No,
Candyman.
we're fucked.
I'm doing the full 13,
No, we're
baby.
fucked. We're fucked.
What? Tony Todd's gonna come and have
You
sex
don't-
with
you
me?
don't fucking know. No, it's going to be that guy from the new one whose name is very black Muslim and you can't say it.
Muhammad Atta? Nope, that was a 9/11 guy.
Wow.
Was it him? I can't remember.
All right, 1992's The Candyman. No, I'm just kidding. It's Candyman.
No, it's
The
not. like it.
Candyman is Candyman.
No.
I know, I'm just kidding. My first note is just Jocks are the Mighty? Because Ted Raimi, bam, right off the bat.
Yep.
Right there.
Right there.
I hope people
Our boy
understand the Jocks are the Mighty reference. I don't think a lot of people will.
Then explain it to the nice
Unless
people.
you grew up in the 90s and you used to jerk off to Xena Warrior Princess. when I was 6 years old. No. Ted Raimi, Son of Sam. I'm sorry, brother,
Son of Sam.
brother of Sam.
As everyone knows, Ted Raimi was the son of Sam Killer. Brother of Sam Raimi.
Was Joxer the Mighty in Xena Warrior Princess and maybe 1 or 2 episodes of Hercules.
Nice.
With noted cool guy Kevin Sorbo.
No notes, Kevin. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yes, keep spewing your hate speech, Kevin. So
I heard that God's Not Dead. Is there any truth to that?
I heard God's Not Dead 2 and God's Not Dead 3 Zookeeper.
Yes.
So, Candyman is a 90s horror movie, so you know it's good.
Sure.
But also, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
So, I mean...
It's kind of like, as far as 90s horror movies, it's kind of like weird and interesting.
Yeah, it's unique,
Yeah.
for sure. If you compare it to other things like from around the time...
It's very much not just the patterned horror movie.
No, and it's not
Yeah.
your typical slasher that you get
No.
at that time where it's just
Yeah.
like everything's about body count and
Yeah, it's
murder and decapitations. It's a little bit more psychological.
Yeah.
And it actually has like depth to the mythology of the character.
Yeah.
Although I think some of the mythology is kind of silly.
It sure is.
But I mean, literally my first note is like Virginia Madsen, gorgeous. I love her. Even now, at whatever age she is, I'm in.
Trying
100%.
Trying not to make every note about how cute Virginia Madsen is, even with her terrible 90s short curly hair. She looks like a young or current Gillian Anderson.
She is 61.
Still great.
And I would, interesting. I do not care for one of her former romantic partners.
Michael Madsen.
That's a cool family.
It's a cool family. I'd fuck everyone in that family. I'd fuck Virginia Madsen. I'd fuck Michael Madsen. I'd fuck Billy Madison. I'd fuck...
She used to be in a long-term relationship with Antonio Sabato Jr.
Nice. ABJ. ASJ.
Noted Trump supporter.
ASJ. Yeah. Yeah, good guy.
My note is even short-haired Virginia Madsen is gorgeous.
Yeah. No, she somehow like she rises above her terrible haircut.
Yeah. Let me see what 60-year-old Virginia Madsen looks like.
I bet she's still lovely.
I think she's aged okay, actually.
Yeah.
Like, she's not terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm a 61-year-old Virginia Madsen. You can get it. You can get it.
I made a nice at best featured extra pull in this. So Virginia's speaking at the college.
Yeah.
And there's like a group of students that each get a few lines that come down or talking on the by the podium at the end. I'm like, I know that fat guy.
Yeah.
Where's that fat guy? He's been in a few things, but I know him from 1995, 6-ish, National Lampoon's Senior Trip, where he's the fat guy who wants to fuck a blonde Asian. It's my guy.
Look at you. Look at you.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever saw it.
I've seen it several times and I don't know why.
Is it because you used to rent it a lot as a kid?
It is, but like it's not good. But it does have my boy Matt Frewer, who I always like.
Was it National Lampoon's what?
National Lampoon's Senior Trip. It's probably just called Senior Trip.
That's lame.
But you got a Matt Frewer, you got that redhead lady who's in lots of stuff. And that's all I know. And I don't know, Zach Braff. No, he's not.
I sort of remember the poster.
Yeah, it's a Lincoln Memorial?
It's a Lincoln Memorial with somebody laying in front of it with popcorn and a beer on his tummy.
That sounds right.
And Abraham Lincoln's got a stein of beer.
Abraham's cool.
Sunglasses and a thumbs up.
Yeah, he's it's
Matt
cool.
Frewer,
Cool Abraham.
Valerie Mahaffey.
She's the redhead lady?
Lawrence Dane. Tommy Chong.
Yep, Tommy Chong's in the mix.
Jeremy Renner.
That's right, young Renner's in it.
And Eric Edwards, that's the guy.
Yep.
Tara Strong. Tara Strong.
My Little Pony. My 3, 2, action. My Little Pony voice actress Tara Strong.
Do you know what else she's also in?
She's also in
Don't spoil it.
1998.
No, don't spoil it.
She's in a movie in 1998. Maybe we'll talk about it. Maybe we won't. You don't know. You're not the boss of me.
Oh, but it doesn't say what she does. So maybe she just does.
Maybe she fucks the dog.
Ooh. Now we're talking. Now we're fucking talking. Man, she is like every fucking animated movie.
Yeah.
Just every.
Tara Strong's a billionaire.
I've seen a lot, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, it's mostly mainstream stuff.
It's mostly My Little Pony.
It's actually zero My Little Pony. I will go on record and say I don't think I've seen a single My Little Pony
I don't think
thing.
I
I've just seen the two documentaries.
Just seen the two Brony documentaries.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. That's all you need.
So, back to Candyman, the thing we're talking about.
Yeah.
So the sort of mythology of the Candyman is I just read one of my notes and I like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
So the Candyman, Tony Todd, was a hustler, jiver. What do you call him?
You shouldn't say any more words. You should say whatever the next thing you're going to say is.
A pimp. I mean, I don't even know where to start because
he was a portrait artist.
I want to read my notes, but I want to say racist shit.
I know, it's so hard.
So it was in. I got so many problems with this. Okay, so he was a.
We're doing Candyman backstory?
Yeah, but I don't want to go too far with. I want to try not to just get ahead of myself on it. Because there's so many silly things in the backstory that don't make any sense. Okay, anyways. Joxer the Mighty, Ted Raimi, and his girlfriend are talking about the mythology of if you go in the bathroom and turn off the lights and you say Candyman 5 times in the mirror.
Which was originally written as 13, and then cooler heads prevailed and said, maybe that's a lot of times to have to say that.
That's it. That he'll come and he'll kill you and whatever, and they're like, oh, let's go do it. So they go to the bathroom and then they're gonna do it, and Ted's kind of like, it's kind of gay. I don't think this is actually that funny. I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah.
And then she does it.
Yeah.
And then guess what? Fucking dead.
Well, you get what you paid for.
Yeah. So then you get Virginia Madsen, who is a psychologist. What the hell is what's her actual title?
That is a fair question.
Forensic pathologist. I don't know. What is her actual job title?
I guess she's a doctoral candidate.
Yeah.
Because she and Sassy Black Friend are doing a joint thesis.
Yeah, I guess that's
And they're researching urban legends
basically.
And
stuff. Yeah. So kind of the idea is that in the projects, a bunch of rundown older buildings, people know these urban legends.
There's talk of some Candyman.
So they want to go to investigate it, and they kind of know the lore of where this supposedly happened and this murder and whatever.
Yeah, because there's an unsolved murder there in the projects, and
they want to go investigate it, so they go to where this supposedly happened.
And first of all, her Sassy Black Friend, you see her putting a weapon in her purse to take to the black neighborhood.
Yeah.
Not cool, Black Friend.
Yeah, that's kind of not cool, not chill.
Mm-mm.
You should know your people better. So
it's a fairly early class/race commentary.
Yeah, I mean,
horror
it's directed
movie
by a black man, so
how do you pull that off?
Somebody owed him a favor.
Guess so.
And his favor was Candyman.
They're calling it the original Get Out.
Yeah, they are calling it the original Get Out. Anyways, okay, so Virginia Madsen and her are going to investigate. Then they kind of find because one of the things is that he comes through the mirror, but then there's also talk of there was a hidden doorway through the mirror, so they just go to a random a random room in the half-used project.
Yeah.
They open the cabinet in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And it's open, and you can just climb through.
There's just a hole to the next.
But like they somehow knew it was exactly that bathroom.
Yeah.
So they go, and she climbs through, and on the other side, there's like this huge portrait painted of Candyman, like on the wall and everything. And
somewhere in there, I wrote the projects are scarier than any monster.
100%.
There's a bunch of street toughs hassling them as they went through too.
Outside.
I'm like, this is so much scarier than a monster.
Remember that time that we accidentally took the wrong turn in Baltimore and we were trying to find the diners, drive-ins, and dives place? And I was like, we need to get out of here now.
Yeah.
And then we went to a Dunkin', and Kelly and I were both too afraid to get out of the car.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I will say the diners and drive-ins place, the Chaps Pit Beef. Holy fuck.
Yeah, it was great.
One of the best sandwiches
Let's
I've
go
ever had.
back and try not to get shot.
I would love to go back and try not to get shot.
And then we can just type in Barnes and Noble and get out of there.
It works.
It works. So as they're leaving, they run into like a woman that lives in the building.
Yeah.
And they're trying to get information.
Who like knew about the murder.
And she has a baby.
Yeah.
A newborn baby. And joining my notes. So Virginia Madsen is married.
Yeah.
To Xander Berkeley.
Great name.
When I'm like, what do I know him from?
He looked familiar-ish, but I couldn't place him.
I know him.
Yeah.
And then I
turns out he played Spider-Man.
Turns out he was in Scott's favorite movie of all time, Shanghai Noon.
Oh, excellent. Was he the Chinese guy?
He was in fact Jackie Chan. Now, what if I told you he was in a bunch of TV shows that you watch now that are all dumb? I didn't actually look at what I know him from.
Was it Shanghai Noon?
It is. I mean, he is in Shanghai. I think he's the bad guy in Shanghai Noon. But I mean, he's probably in every thing.
He's done one episode of every TV series.
I mean, he's done a lot of one episode of everything. I don't actually know what I specifically know him from. He's in 27 episodes of 24.
Oh, so
he's George Mason.
That name sounds familiar. Yeah, he's a regular for
0103. 101 to 03. So season
1
and 2 and 1, 2 or 3.
Probably 1 and 2, yeah.
And then he's in the aforementioned Shanghai Noon, Universal Soldier: The Return. What else? I mean, yeah, I don't know. That's Extreme Ghostbusters. Well, that's lame. I mean, he's like Air Force One, Gattaca, Amistad, Apollo 11.
Lots of 90s stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he's in everything. But I don't know what I specifically was like. That's what I know him from.
It wasn't like
he's in Heat.
Ooh, wasn't like me with Senior Trip and the Fat Guy.
Correct.
That's where I know him.
No, I don't think that's what I know him from. But he was in a couple episodes of The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr.
Nice. Your favorite.
Shout out to Bruce Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so she's married to Xander Berkeley, and he's a professor at the university.
Mm-hmm.
But also he's doing some things that she's kind of suspicious of, I guess.
Yeah. They plant a couple seeds.
So they eventually get down to like more of the actual lore of Candyman.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my notes are fucking all over the place. But they're like, he was the son of a slave from the Civil War.
Yeah.
And then he became a portrait painter.
Yes.
And then he was murdered by a gang of whites.
Well, he was commissioned by a white to paint his daughter.
Yeah.
And he fucked the shit out of the daughter.
But
she was into it. Let's be clear. It was consensual.
You're gonna tell me that 6'5", 215 pound man,
just slab of meat.
Yeah, Tony Todd is not gonna smash.
Yeah,
you're fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
If you want somebody to not smash your daughter, don't hire
Tony Todd.
Yeah. So
then they got real mad.
So yeah, they like it's really they
sawed his hand off.
They beat him up. They saw his hand off. They cover him in honey.
Sure.
And then bees sting him to death.
Yes.
I have several issues with this.
Okay.
1, honeybees don't sting.
True.
2, why are they stinging the honey?
They hate it.
It doesn't make any sense. 3,
Drew. Bees hate honey.
yeah, it's the bane of their existence.
Yeah. They're like, oh, more of this shit every day with the honey.
I understand that for the visual, you're using wasps
Yes.
or non-honeybees, but like honeybees wouldn't sting you to death.
Yeah. That's correct.
It's very silly.
Wasps will fuck you up. Wasps are pieces of shit.
If he was the son of a Civil War slave,
I thought he was the son of a preacher man.
that's a different thing.
Okay.
So if he, let's say he was born the last day of slavery.
So like Juneteenth, 1965.
1965.
Perhaps I meant 1865. Or perhaps I didn't.
I don't know.
What do you think about that?
What if slavery's not over? What if we're all slaves to our devices?
Oh, makes you think. Social
Okay, I
commentary.
guess I'm picturing it in my head as he was born to a slave in the Civil War.
Okay.
But he could have been born to a slave who, after emancipation, had a child later. I don't know. But in my head, I'm thinking, okay, during the Civil War.
Yeah.
And then he was killed at that point. Why does he dress like an 80s pimp?
Oh, they've...
Oh, I like this. I like this. Scott, you're giving me a gift.
They've always dressed like that. Time has no bearing on that attire.
That is fair. Because like he's wearing like a big, huge like
I don't know.
pimpy jacket and
I bought
slacks.
it. I bought it as rich late 1800s black guy.
Maybe.
I was okay with it.
I don't know. It seemed kind of out of place for me. So when they go to investigate like where to find him, so I think it's a kid says that the bad man hangs out in the public washroom.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I bet there's a lot of men.
You're talking about a different bad man. I don't think that's Candyman.
There's a lot of bad men hanging out in a lot of public washrooms. But I was like, huh, is a Candyman a cruiser? Is he doing some
cruising.
understall?
Yeah.
Or maybe he's developed his own glory hole.
Little foot tap under the stall.
Foot tap.
They're calling it the Republican senator.
So as soon as they start to investigate, and then Virginia sort of starts to have weird dreams and hallucinations of being seduced by Tony Todd, kind of.
Yeah, the whole thing, it's getting in her head a bit.
Like, yeah, she, like, I read as one of the, like, trivia things, I didn't actually write it down, but that originally in the, like, first draft of the scripts, it was supposed to be a lot more sexual between the two of them.
Ooh.
It was supposed to be more romantic.
Interesting.
But then Bernard Rose, like, wanted it to be less about the sex
and more about the horror.
And more about, like, the fear, kind of.
Gotcha.
So he, like, got rid of that. Then, what did I say? Oh, so she starts to have, like, kind of hallucinations about things, and then he kind of, like, possesses her a little bit, or like...
Has she said Candyman? Has she done...
Oh, maybe around now, I guess, would be when she would do it.
Yeah, because she's curious about it.
She doesn't believe it.
And then, and also when she, like, looked at the portrait in the project...
Yeah.
It kind of like zapped her.
Yeah, it like gave her the old love stare.
The evil eye.
The evil eye.
The sheeny curse.
The pink. Oh, you can't say
no?
that. You can't say that.
Demonetized.
Demonetized. Good job. This isn't that episode. Although it could be this episode.
It could be.
Is this the sheeny episode?
No, we already...
No, that was the first one.
No, we already said what the... What the Wigger kid said. Also, who knows if I can even say Wigger, because it's half bad.
That's true. That is true.
It's tough out there. It's hard out here for a pimp, as 3-6 Mafia taught us.
So she's like having all these violent flashes of like violence that has happened due to Candyman.
Yeah.
Which then leads her to unintentionally or like while under the influence.
Yeah.
Go to the pregnant lady's house.
Yeah, she was
cut off her dog's head completely.
All capitals dog head.
Dog head.
Decapitated Rottweiler.
Decapitated Rottweiler, yeah.
Awesome.
And,
Remind me to take a screen cap of that and send it to LW.
and has murdered the baby.
Kidnapped
Kidnapped the baby, and then murders the mom.
Yes. But not... So she... Virginia loses time.
Yeah.
Wakes up covered in blood.
Yeah, with a dead dog.
Sees a dog head. Very funny. Woman is still alive, screaming about her baby being gone.
Yeah.
And then, to the lady's credit, sees this woman covered in blood.
In her house.
Yeah, pretty natural suspect.
Yeah.
And then goes to attack her,
And-
but Virginia ends up killing her kind of in self-defense.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I wrote, white woman courageously fights off black attacker who used her mama juju voodoo to control dog, semicolon, commanding it to attack. That is the title of
That's the
news
headline?
article.
Perfect.
White woman courageously.
Courageously. Oh yeah, and right after I wrote doghead, I'm like, oh yeah, pick up the bloody weapon. Because like the knife was like there.
Yeah.
And so it just, picks it up, covered in blood.
Put your fingerprints all over it.
Yeah.
Get the blood all over you, rub it into your pores.
Virginia kind of got what
So
she
then
deserved.
the police come to arrest her. Well, they come to the apartment.
Yeah.
And she, like, gets them to let her go on a technicality. Like,
Being white.
being white, and her, like, husband shows up,
Yeah.
and he comes
And he's
to
like,
help
oh,
her.
she's not a murderer.
No, exactly. But they just kind of, like, let her go.
Yeah,
They're like,
it's fine.
oh, that's cool. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a dead black lady.
Sorry, ma'am.
Yeah. Oh,
Sorry to bother
the
you.
inconvenience.
Yeah.
Did I make any other? Oh, what was the situation with? So now she's like full on like hallucinating.
She's having some issues.
And she's like really struggling to like regain reality. And is it her husband? She kills the husband dies, right?
Later. After she
Yeah. So
after she gets out of the institution.
So who ends up dying? I guess it's somebody in the institution. My next note is literally me not being able to remember the joke, and I wrote, "Don't let the hook split ya." Where the good Lord
Split ya?
was the joke I wrote down. Because at one point she's like arguing with like is it like the doctor,
She's arguing with the doctor
about Candyman.
Yeah.
And then he sneaks up behind the doctor,
Rip.
sticks the hook in his asshole,
Yeah.
and just goes like
Yeah.
a zipper.
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Oh, don't let Candyman split you." And I was like, "Oh, that's not the gag."
they already.
But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna type it up. It's funny.
Good. I approve of this. They're at some point in the So she clearly did another murder that we're forgetting.
Yes. Yeah.
And she gets and this time they get her.
They're like, okay,
put her.
Fool me once.
Yeah. Put her in an insane asylum.
Yeah.
And then when she comes to, she realizes she's been there for a month, heavily sedated.
Yeah. Those don't exist anymore, do they? They don't have those kind of hospitals anymore.
Not so much.
Yeah.
They should.
Disappointing.
Yeah,
Now where's Geraldo Rivera going to go and reveal all those atrocities?
Yeah.
People eating their own poop.
Yeah. So she sort of gathers her bearings after being unknowingly in the asylum for a month, and goes to have a conversation with the director or whatever, who is promptly split, and Candyman basically like helps her escape.
Yeah.
He like undoes her shackles.
Yeah.
and whatnot. And then she goes back to her apartment to see her husband, where they're painting the walls, and all her stuff is gone, and he's fucking another woman, and has been since long before.
One of his students who is like significantly younger than him.
Yeah.
I like that he
to which I
moved
wrote
on so quickly.
Yeah, but he was cheating on her before.
But like it's like my wife's been in there for a month. That's good enough.
Yeah, let's move in. We'll repaint. To which I wrote, Virginia, you've been cucked.
Not often is it the woman getting cucked.
Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you who her partner, their writing partner, Sassy Black Friend dies.
Yes.
She kills her.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah,
All right,
and
Pete.
to which I wrote, I don't know if y'all are going to write that thesis. I think that might have gone by the wayside somewhere along as this movie was rolling. I'm like, I think we've dropped that part of the movie. And he keeps, he keeps like appearing to her, asking her like, "Be my victim."
Yeah.
I'm like, just be his victim. He's asking. He's like
a hunk.
He's a hunk, and two, he's like asking really nice.
Yeah,
He's not like menacing her.
he's a Southern
He's
gentleman.
like, this is like, you should be my victim. It's going to be sick.
He's a Southern gentleman.
He is. Yeah. I think she's just sort of gone with it from the get go, but she finds herself wandering back through the labyrinthine projects.
Oh my god.
What do you got?
Bernard Rose is white. I always thought he was black. He's a white British guy. All right, continue.
Very exciting. Breaking news.
I always thought he was black. I was like, no white guy could make this movie, and goddamn was I wrong.
You're gonna have to apologize. That does explain this movie being made in 1992. Because I'm like, who not Spike Lee?
Who not Spike Lee?
Are they
That's what I always
possibly going to allow to make a movie? Yeah. So she goes back and he gives her a big old kiss full of bees.
Kiss full of bees.
'Cause she's trying to save the baby.
She's trying to save the baby. Yeah.
Yeah. Who's there?
Yeah.
Just hanging out. Seems to be okay.
I mean, Candyman's had her the whole time.
Yeah. Has he been feeding the baby?
Well, a note that I had was when right before that happens, when she goes to try and find Candyman in the apartment, like in the labyrinth.
Yeah.
And I just wrote, why was Candyman sleeping? He's a ghost.
Yeah. I don't get the rules of Candyman.
There are no rules, apparently. The rules are he sleeps.
Yeah, because sometimes he seems very much like a ghost. Like he can appear anywhere, but like he also like has a house, kind of.
Yeah, and he needs to take naps.
And
apparently.
takes naps.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah, wasn't really sure. So yeah, earlier in one of the earlier project shots, we get Chekhov's bonfire. And they're like, "What's that over there?" "Oh, that's a giant mountain of wood we're gonna light on fire." And what do you know? It comes back later. Candyman has placed baby in
inside.
the middle of it.
Yeah.
And then she goes in to save it and sort of gets entangled, and he's also there hanging out.
Yeah, he kind of like goes in just to be with her.
Just a hug on her.
Yeah, kind of.
And then the people of the projects get word and they're like, "Candyman's in the fucking bonfire. Light her up."
Yeah, get him.
Yeah.
Here's our chance.
So they do, and I'm like, "You better kill this baby." They don't, because they're cowards.
Cowards.
Baby gets out.
Virginia sort of gets out, but is burnt to a crisp.
Yes. Her hair is melted. And Candyman, it seems, does burn.
Yes.
He doesn't get out because I guess he does have like corporeal form.
Yeah.
Which is weird because it doesn't seem like he should, because also he just appears sometimes and floats. So again, the rules seem like not the most consistent thing in the world.
They're really not consistent at all.
Yeah. But she saves the baby, she crawls out and pretty much immediately succumbs to the third degree burns over 100% of her body.
Over 110%.
110% of her body. They
contact her husband.
They contact her husband. He's like, "Oh, damn.
Oh no, not the woman I cheated on."
Yeah. If only I had someone to fuck. Oh, hey.
20-year-old student of mine.
This worked out.
How would you like to take a load?
So Virginia is sort of seen as a hero by the project people because she saved this baby and presumably killed Candyman. So they, there's a big funeral and burial, and let's be clear. I am. What's the name of this podcast? The short version.
The news.
That's correct. I am just reporting the news. I'm stating a fact. I'm not making a commentary. This is not an editorial. This is a thing that happened in the movie. 700 black people attend the burial. Not one of them on time. they show up halfway through.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know.
Again, that's just the news.
You're not wrong.
Just reporting the news.
Not wrong.
But as it goes, it clearly Virginia has now taken over as the new Candyman, and because someone says,
Virginia Man,
Virginia Slim, 5 times in the mirror, and she, all fucked up and burnt, appears and really wrecks their shit, because the only thing scarier than a black man, a white woman, as the Democratic Party taught us.
Yeah, that's true. It's a real, you killed my accountant, now you must be my accountant.
Exactly. She's the new accountant. And then she gets a cool portrait, too.
Yep. I got lots of good trivia for this one, Scott.
Uh-oh.
Be fast. Did you notice that whenever Candyman is walking, his footsteps have no sound, signifying his status as rumor and mythology, powered by superstition come to life?
Cute. Oh, that was one thing I forgot to mention. When I think it was just on the way with her and her friend to the project the first time, when they're talking about it, she says, an entire community attributing the daily horrors of their lives to a mythical figure. Except it actually is. They were right.
Yeah. What do you got here? The film's opening credits scene featured a great aerial view of Chicago, which was pretty revolutionary for its time.
I do recall it was like, I'm like, this is 1992. You can't do this with drones.
No.
Yeah, it did look nice.
And in an interview,
I guess it was helicopter.
Bernard Rose said, we did that with an incredible new machine called the Skycam.
Holy shit.
Which can shoot up to 500 millimeter lens with no vibration.
Wow.
You've never seen that shot before, at least not done that smoothly.
Cool.
At the time, yeah.
I like that.
The bees for the
the bees
for the movie were specifically bred for this movie.
Wow.
They needed to make sure that the bees were only 12 hours old, so that they looked they looked
adult,
like mature bees,
but no stingies.
But their stinger wouldn't be powerful enough to do any real damage.
Clever. Because I'm like, these bees aren't special effects.
No,
these are
those
bees.
were bees.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to tell you probably the coolest thing.
Hit me with your best shot
about this movie.
Fire away.
Tony Todd.
Mm-hmm. Fucked Virginia Madsen.
Fuck Virginia Madsen.
Oh, so good.
Tony Todd negotiated a bonus of $1,000 for every bee sting he suffered during filming.
Genius.
He was stung 23 times.
23 grand.
He made 23 grand off of just bee stings.
Pretty good. And not overly harmful bee stings either. Yeah.
No, just getting stung in general.
Pretty good.
Pretty fucking tight.
Pretty good, Tony.
That is pretty tight.
That's my guy. I love Tony
Todd.
Smart
move? Yeah. Very smart move. Would you like to talk about 2015's Dude Bro Massacre 3?
Dude Bro Party Massacre 3.
Dude Bro Party Massacre 3.
Brought to us by Franklin Bobbert Lashley.
Well.
What do you got?
I don't know. Shut up. I'm moving. My body hurts. It's a very uncomfortable position to be sitting in forever.
There's got to be a better...
I need to be at the microphone. It's fucking hard, man.
I'm just thinking of like better ways to set you up.
Let's move the microphone so it attaches to here.
Okay.
I don't know, whatever. We're already recording. Let's just fucking deal with it.
No, let's stop and readjust.
Oh yeah, that seems like a good idea.
Absolutely. So,
never heard of it. And I
had heard of it because I knew Greg Sestero was in it, because in some The Room explorings this came up somewhere. Yeah, so I knew of it, hadn't seen it. I thought it was like a dumb, stupid B movie.
That's what I thought.
That just like
we somebody in 2015 making a 1986 horror movie.
Yeah, like we cast Mark from The Room. Yeah. But it's made by the 5 Second Films guys, which is a thing I sort of remember. It was like a popular YouTube thing at one point. And they literally made 5 Second films, and they're funny little things.
Yeah.
I dug the 4:3 aspect ratio and bad tracking of the movie. And also because it's presented as, I guess, a VHS tape of the whole thing, because there's commercials. Partly,
it's a VHS recorded off of TV.
Yeah, where they partly cut the commercials.
Yeah.
And the commercials are very 5-second films things.
Yep.
Yeah. That's the kind of stuff they do. But it opens with maybe is the first scene have Larry King in it?
Coach Hansy.
Is Coach
his name.
Yeah. I'm like,
Well, they're running down sort of the fictional history of like what happened in a kayfabe sense.
yes.
What happened at Dude Bro
Party Massacre 1 and 2, which I think were 5-second films things.
Okay.
Yeah. And then 3 is like the actual feature. Yeah, so they ran that down. So there was it's like a basic slasher setup where the slasher is Motherface.
Motherface.
Who's I can't remember the setup for the first one. Because the second one is her Dude Bro 2 is Motherface's daughter taking up the mantle of Motherface. Is she wearing someone else's face or is she wearing Motherface's face? I can't remember.
I don't actually remember.
Yeah.
I can see if I can find it right here.
I don't know. How do you even search that?
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, that's the thing. So, and then, yeah, so the sort of main character is he killed at ostensibly the end of Dude Bro 2 or at the beginning of Dude Bro 3?
At the beginning of Dude Bro 3.
Beginning of Dude Bro 3.
Sets it up.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. He's in like with his counselor.
Mm-hmm.
And is it the counselor that kills him or does someone else show up?
I honestly don't remember.
I think it's the counselor.
Yeah, I think it's the counselor.
Because that's the killer this time.
Spoiler alert.
Shut up.
I mean, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I wish I had a better handle on the beginning. But anyway, it doesn't matter. The guy who was the main character in 1 and 2 is instantly killed. And but luckily he's got a twin brother at another college and the same guy. And he's the main character of this one, but he's not as confident and cool as his brother. Unfortunately,
he's not a dude bro.
He's not a dude bro, but he's unsatisfied with the investigation into his brother's death. So he transfers over to this school and gets in with the dude bros to help unravel the mystery. And then we get a scene that I had to rewind. I'm like, is that actual Larry King? And yeah, it is. So I guess the 5-second films guys have some connections.
Larry King was cast after he expressed interest in being killed in a feature film while interviewing 5-second films.
Oh, perfect. They're like, well, we can make that happen,
We
Larry.
got it.
There's a collection of pornography magazines, I believe, at the Dude Bro frat house, and the titles of the magazines I caught were Areolas,
Yeah.
Poop Stars, and Smell. Very good.
I got so many notes written down of just like funny things said or references, and I don't remember any of them.
I definitely have a few.
I wrote down Jimmy Galoshes. Is that one of the guys' names?
I think so.
Then at some point in the flashes of people being murdered,
Oh, please be the same thing I have.
that somebody
Someone
gets
set on
lit
fire.
on fire.
Looks
and,
like I won't steal it. It's yours. Take it.
Looks like your flame retarded.
So good. It was at that point I'm like,
Oh, this is a good
I think
movie.
this movie's actually funny.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was just gonna be stupid. I'm like,
too.
I'm
Yeah,
actually
let me
laughing at this.
Let me down.
Greg Sestero shows up as one of the dude bros. I get excited because I'm like, hey, a person I know. There was, why were there subtitles at a point? I can't remember if it was just if it was someone speaking a different language or if it was just like between scene interstitial titles, but at any rate,
don't remember.
one of them was "I'm trapped in a basement, forced to write subtitles," which is very funny. And then my favorite fucking line in the movie, because it was like so weird and funny, was the dean or whatever is suspending the dude bros for being out of control, and one guy says, "You can't suspend us during Greek week. That's like Easter for men."
Yeah. Did I write that? Oh, I didn't write that, but yeah, that was a good one.
So funny.
I liked that the woman's sorority was called, it was called Delta Bi.
Yeah.
And then they introduce like when which one? Brock's the one that got killed.
Yeah. Brent?
Brent?
Yeah.
So when Brent shows up and he's like meeting people, and he meets like the guy in the friend, his new friend in the wheelchair.
Yes.
And the guy in the wheelchair has the backstory that he's saying like he's talking about like whatever wants to be part of the pack or part of the group. He's like, and that's not even why a pack of wolves took the use of, and that's why even though a pack of wolves took the use of my legs, I decided to become a zoologist. And then as the conversation is going from him to the rest of them, and then you can hear him say in the background, "A pack of wolves actually killed my whole family," and then just like he trails off. It's very funny.
Yeah, it was good. Patton Oswalt shows up as the police detective guy who is also investigating all of this. I was gonna say I don't have the context, but and
we're gonna have a lot of that. I think.
And throughout the slasher is just sort of picking off random secondary people one by one. That was the flame retarded and
which is very much a 80s slasher movie stuff.
And there was one where the guy commits suicide before the slasher can kill him,
that's one of my
which
notes.
was very funny.
I like that he goes out in a rowboat, and as he's going by the killer, you can see like a bow and arrow come into frame, pull it back, and then he gets out just sort of into the middle of the lake and just pulls out a gun and
blows his head off.
And the killer just kind of goes, puts the whatever the word,
you can
pulls the bow and arrow and just kind of like and like walks away.
Guess that one was a freebie.
There was some very silly bare ass paddling.
Yes.
I don't know if you noticed it, but instead of like baseball swings, he was standing behind him and going like boop, 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 boop.
Yes,
like
very
like
so silly,
silliest, and then like he was doing like 1, 2,
big circular swings.
All of the smacking of the
funny.
The paddling of the ass were very funny.
And don't worry, that's the only ass paddling that will show up in any of their request episodes. Nothing next week.
No, don't worry about it.
Yeah. By the same requester, I believe. Franklin.
Interesting.
Seems like Mr. Bobbert.
That's paddling. Paddling.
Seems like you might have a thing.
There was a scene where they're outside having a conversation about something, and in the background behind him, there was a plane flying backwards. I don't know why, but I just noticed it.
Yep. We get cameo by Andrew WK as Ripstick.
I was like, Andrew WK?
The dudest of bros.
He's the best.
He was awesome. And didn't get killed.
And didn't get killed. Didn't really appear again.
No, he's in one scene and then the credits.
And the credits.
Yeah.
They reveal that the bros played maybe the greatest prank of all time last time.
Good ass prank.
Where they broke the dam and drowned the entire old town city. It's like that's a pretty
it's a good prank. Yep, absolutely. What else? The little interstitial commercials are very fun. There's one where the police have a picture of potentially the killer, and the movie takes place in the 80s, and so they have like already not a great quality picture, and then they go enhance, and the picture is now dog shit pixels, and then they just squint really hard. Yeah, that was very nice. There's a few good. Go ahead.
Well, one of the two police officers is like obsessed with submitting his own Letterman top tens.
Yes,
And so he's going
That's his
through
dream.
like, the top 10 reasons of this, but they're all just like not funny at all.
no, they're trash.
Like they're all just dumb. Like
Yeah.
they're not even dumb funny. They're just bad.
they just suck.
They just
yeah.
suck. Then they almost hit a kid with their car.
Yep.
And he's obsessed with his main dream in life is to open a portable library where kids can come and read books, because when he was a kid and he would read books, it would his mind would explode, so it would bang his mind.
Yeah.
So he wanted to have a bang
Bus for kids.
and that was like a reference that came up a couple times. And then so
Please
then
call it something else.
They almost
Can you call it a book bus? Forget. No, that's boring.
no, it's boring. They almost hit a kid, and then they when they were like talking to the kid, trying to figure out like what's going on. The policeman goes, "Here's $100 and catch her in the rye. Run,
Run!
Just like-
That might have been my second favorite line, actually. There's a few fun kills as it goes along. There's a good zipline kill.
Good zipline kill.
Where the guy who was always scared to go on the zipline was cut in half and then put on the zipline and flies down as all of his intestines are spilling out. That was very funny. The there's a woman was pregnant.
Yep.
And Slasher stabs through the back with the coming out the front with the fetus on the end of the knife.
Well, so two things of that is one, they had sex like 5 minutes ago, and she was
I'm
already pregnant.
Yeah.
But then when because like the weird like her boyfriend,
Life begins at conception. Drew.
her boyfriend was like a weird like he wanted to fuck all the time, but then like he just like wouldn't fuck her.
Yeah.
And so then like they're eventually alone in the room to have sex.
Yeah.
And she just does like this very demonic like put your dick in me.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, great. But it did make me think about, are you gonna come for me, little bitch? So it was a little torn.
Sure. That's fair.
I don't remember the reference, but at one point, one of the guys just yelled, "Virgin strength!" and then he did something strong.
Yeah. Oh, it was the cop, and
Yes.
he lifted the car.
Lifted the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he yelled "Virgin strength" and lifted the car. Yeah, that was pretty great. One of the like more like the probably like the biggest dick of the dude bros. When he kind of gets mad at Brent about something, and he goes, "Ugh, time to beat the shit out of Dead Brock's living brother, Brent."
Dead Brock's living brother. Oh, and there was one dude, bro, who didn't understand that
There
Brent
was two.
wasn't Brock for a very long time.
Yeah.
Like 3/4 of the movie.
Yeah. We got a lot of red rockets.
Yes.
Tons of red rockets.
Yeah.
Real red rockets.
It was a real dog dick afternoon.
real dog dick afternoon. Where like his biggest fear was dog dicks or something.
There's one guy who is scared of little dogs.
Little dogs. That's what it was. Yeah. And so then he gets mauled by a bunch of little dogs, and they just all have red rockets.
Yes.
And they're trying to like fuck his face.
But the reason it's revealed, the reason he's scared of little dogs is because he has a tiny hairy penis.
Yes, like a dog.
Like a little dog. And he hates it.
And he hates it.
And then he is given an ironic death, as many in slasher movies tend to be.
Yeah. Then one of the dude bros, no, maybe it's Brent. He thinks he's figured out who Motherface is.
Yeah.
And thinks that it's Ronald Reagan. And then the reveal of the Motherface mask off and the guy doing the Ronald Reagan impersonation was awesome.
Yeah, it was like
I was like, well, there's no way that's the end of the movie.
I thought it might be.
Oh, yeah, no. I was like...
Yeah, it was like a, not really dream, but like thing he was imagining.
Yeah, he was imagining it.
Yeah.
Which was great. Well, I like that Ronald Reagan was both the good guy and the bad guy to a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, he did.
He ruined the economy forever.
Yeah.
But also, it was pretty funny that a guy with full-on Alzheimer's was running the country for 4 years.
Again.
Because
it's happening now.
the more things change, the more they stay the same.
Always.
Old men who don't know where they are.
Never not funny.
And so, yeah, then there's a final confrontation with actual Motherface, who, I think was the... I think it's the counselor. Yeah.
And she was the psychologist that he was talking to about the murders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one who killed his brother. Yeah. And and that it was the sister of the daughter of original Motherface, keeping the family lineage going strong. And what was the actual? It was there an actual ending besides WK chilling? That was most of it.
I don't. Yeah. I mean, my only note left is I loved the "I'm a bag of oranges" scene.
Oh, yeah. So, because there's like a sort of a B plot of Patton and a lot of people in town as part of this sort of cult.
Yeah.
That needed to sacrifice a virgin who was the virgin cop,
the male cop. Yeah.
Who they had to lie to him and tell them that certain people were bags of oranges.
Yeah.
And if you bop them on the nose, they'll turn back into a bag of oranges. And then his virgin cop's partner, who he sort of like fell in love with over the course of the movie, actually turned out to
Yeah, she said but I like something about I can't love you because I'm just a bag of oranges.
Yeah.
And he goes, "What?" And then she boops herself in the nose.
Yes.
And she just turns into a bag of oranges.
Yes.
And just falls to the ground in the shape of a human.
Yes. Yeah. So this was quite a pleasant surprise. I thought it was just going to be some dumb bullshit, and there were numerous things I laughed at.
Yeah.
So
it was very funny.
So good job to the 5-second films, guys.
Now make another one. Or don't. Who cares? World's going to end soon.
The world's going to end soon. Was there an actual director, or was it multiple people? Directed.
It was Matthew Fox.
Yeah, directed by 3 of the guys.
Okay.
I don't think they've done another feature, unless I'm mistaken. Director. Nope, not a lot going on since Dude Bro.
There you go.
But you did a good job. There is something called Bigfoot Famous that you might want to...
Oh, is it a documentary about Bigfoot that's on Tubi? Then I'm not watching it.
Could well be, but worth looking into. So, how's about... from Cody A, this comes to us, 2019's Made in Abyss 1, Journey's Dawn, and Made in Abyss 2, Wandering Twilight.
Cody A, more like Cody Asshole.
Got him. Strangely, not the first movie we've been given that is the movieization
nice.
of a TV season of anime.
Yeah.
I like this one better than the last one because I understood it.
Yeah, I also still didn't really like it that much. I thought it was fine.
It was fine. So Cody A says, you'll know who Cody A was in a minute. Cody A says, unlike my previous Blubberella requests,
oh boy, here we go.
These are actually good. These movies are equivalent to watching season 1 of the anime.
Right.
So,
I mean, I'd rather watch a condensed movie than a season.
Sure.
But I feel like you'll lose stuff.
Yeah. So they sort of introduce the concept of it and say with some action from 1900 years ago, where there's this abyss.
You don't say.
That no one has ever found the bottom of, and there's all kinds of weird different layers levels to it as you go down, and it's more dangerous the further you go and whatnot. And there's these explorers who go through it, and a big important part of the show is relics that are found in the abyss are, for whatever reason, very important and valuable on the surface,
which is weird.
Yeah, I'm like,
they're not even made of
No, it's
anything expensive.
yeah,
or
it's just like,
fancy
oh,
or-
this is interesting and not from here. So
yeah.
so that's that. So they set that up, and then they see this. I feel like is a shortcoming. Then they say 12 years ago. So does that mean it's 12 more years ago from the 1900 years ago, or is it 1888 years later than the 1900 years ago? I think it's the latter.
I think it's the latter.
Yes, it is.
I think it's 12 years
Yeah.
ago from
Yeah,
like,
they gave
present day.
they gave some ancient history, and then here's 12 years ago. So what do we got?
I already forget what the girl's name is.
Rico.
Rico. I only wrote down Reg.
I wrote down Reg too. And did you find it as interesting as I did,
No.
the way Reg sounds in Japanese?
Yep, I sure did. And I wanted to say it. I wanted to scream it from the hilltops.
Yeah. So
Reg. Nope.
yeah. So there's a girl named Rico. She's an orphan, as a lot of people are. She's an orphan, but I guess she wasn't an orphan until recently. But her mother was one of the
Explorers.
prime deep abyss
Yeah.
explorers. And
Would abandon your child to go down into the abyss. You
For
don't
real.
know. You don't know.
I guess her dad's already dead, so
Probably.
who fucking knows? So she's in the orphan house.
Yeah. The orphan house.
So she is the mother has an expedition comes back with the mother's whistle, because everything is color coded by whistle in terms of like level of explorer you are and all that. And the mother's whistle's been recovered, and she's presumed dead but no body, so I don't think she's dead, but
You don't know.
I don't know. But how do we meet Reg?
So her Rico and her friend
Yeah,
go into the abyss.
that's right.
To
Unauthorized.
to
Yeah.
explore at not the deepest levels.
Yeah. Just
And
surface.
There's like a weird flying hippo penis monster
Yeah.
thing
Yeah, there's all kinds of wacky wildlife
that
down
tries
there.
to kill her.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and something fucking blasts it.
Yeah, but I wrote, was it just me, or did like at some point during that the animation got like jarringly worse? Like the creature animation didn't match the look of the background.
Right.
And I don't think it was intentional. It was almost like they had to animate that later and nobody got around to touching it up or something.
Yeah, could have been.
No, it didn't. Like, especially when it goes to attack
Yeah.
her through the tunnel thing.
Right.
It just looks way
It looks
shittier than everything
unfinished.
else. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that happened a couple times.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
yeah, something just blasts the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
And then she goes to find it, and it's this boy with a Mega Man hand.
Yep. Yeah, about right. So the boy is
His
a
name is Reg in English.
Reg
and
in
something else in
English.
Japanese.
Well, here's the thing in Japanese.
R's
So
are N's and E's are I's.
that's not true. But they might as well be in
They
this
might as well be.
situation, because R and L are basically pronounced the same as sort of neither. And then you always throw just sort of a vowel at the end of anything that ends in a consonant. So reg becomes look, it really sounds like the N-word.
It does
all right?
sound a lot like the N-word.
Yeah, and they say it a lot because it's the name of
It's
a
the
main
name
character.
one of the main characters. So you hear it a lot.
Yeah, it sounds interesting. Like at first I thought, no, this. What are they saying?
I don't know.
No, they're saying
they're saying
they're saying reg, but in their language, and it's
their language.
it's a tough one. So my first actual plot related note is eventually every robot asks, "Why do I have a dick?" Yeah, is a fully anatomically correct boy robot.
I wrote. Reg looks at his penis and freaks out about whether or not he actually needs this thing.
Yes.
The answer might surprise you. No.
And then I can't remember who I it must have been her other just human
It
friend.
was one of the other orphan girls.
Yeah, but I think I might be paraphrasing here, but I did extensive research on this robot's penis and asshole. Because they're like, it was one of the most interesting parts about this robot to them. Like, let's talk robot genitals.
You know,
everyone is fascinated.
everyone involved in making this should be in prison. You know they're children, right?
Yeah.
Do you know that later on, an old man wants to look at his balls and penis?
Oh, yeah.
And then way later, he gets a boner? He's a fucking child!
Yeah. That's, that all happens.
What the fuck?
That's real stuff. That's real stuff right there. Yeah. So, so they go into the archives and whatnot and get the best map of the abyss they can find, which actually looks very cool and appealed to my brand of autism.
Mm-hmm.
Because
there was tons of trains.
Lots of trains. I know. I like
the visual look of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I got a bit of maptism. But yeah, I thought that was cool. And so basically they make a plan to peace out from the orphanage, Rico and Reg. Rico is emotionally invested as Reg is like, well, what else am I going to do? I'm a robot and I don't know if I even need a dick.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because she wants to
use this thing.
She wants to basically search for her mother and see, is she dead? Is she at the bottom of the abyss? Yeah, and also Reg has no idea what his origin story is.
Yeah, no memory of anything.
Yeah. It's implied that he couldn't have been made on the surface. He's from the abyss.
Right.
So they basically this was an actual line, was nothing when the old man looks at it, nothing mechanical about those balls of yours.
Yep.
Disgusting. Because I just wrote,
he's like a 70-year-old man looking at
pulls his pants open, takes a good old gander.
Why is your go-to thing to look at a child's balls?
Everyone is obsessed with this child robot's gear.
It's bizarre.
It really is. There's also I can't remember. It was towards the end of the first movie. That's a lot of a young girl with her shirt off time.
My rote was, so she gets dropped by the giant bird thing and is all of a sudden just naked now.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Again, child.
Everyone
involved in making this should be in prison.
Yeah.
Like federal pound me in the ass prison. Yeah, that was so weird.
It was weird.
She's just topless.
Yeah, like they don't show her tits.
No.
But...
Okay, number one, I don't think she had tits. You could say they don't show her nipples.
Should I not have ordered it that way?
Probably not. I don't think...
am I the bad guy now?
10-year, 11, 12-year-old, whatever she is, I don't think she's got
them tits. Regardless, they don't show her full frontal, but they show more than they should.
They really show more than they should. They definitely sexualize her a little bit in this movie.
I don't like it.
Because there's like a scene maybe in the circle where they're like in the water, like bathing.
Yes.
And she's like fully naked in front of them.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
I mean, it's a robot. Who cares? What's he going to do? Get a boner?
He's gonna.
Oh.
He, in fact, is going to.
Oh, I see.
I don't think I have any more notes for one. I think everything else is kind of two.
One is kind of set up for the adventure into the abyss, which is the rest of the series.
Yeah.
How many seasons are we at? I assume there's more than one.
3?
Maybe 3.
I think it's 3.
Made in Abyss.
2 for sure.
2 for sure.
2 for sure. Because there's another movie.
2.
Oh, okay. 2.
Maybe a third coming.
You don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe COVID stopped 3 and 4 and whatever.
So season 1 was 2017, and then the movies of it were 2019, and then season 2 is this year, 2022. Pretty recently, like July to September this year.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and there's a third movie.
Yeah, there's a third movie called
third movie that came out before the new season. So is that?
Made
so if we
not Dawn of the Deep Soul.
Dawn of the Deep Soul. Huh. Might have to look into this
I'm gonna
because it's not the new season. So
Rig and their
So maybe
new
it's
friend
not
Daenerys
all-
continue their journey down the abyss and arrive in the 5th layer. But in order for them to continue the 6th layer, they must encounter the haunting figure of Nanachi's past, Bond Road the novel.
of course. Yeah. So in the second movie, we encounter more scary wildlife.
Yeah. That are really creepy looking and definitely not phallic in any nature.
No.
Or vaginal in some cases.
Or vaginal. And it absolutely fucks her up.
Yeah.
Just
Completely fucking ruins her life.
wrecks her. Like bleeding from every orifice.
Yeah, but isn't that
Although that was-
also in part of going
That was from going
deeper?
from going up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because so basically there's it's called the Curse of the Abyss, right?
The curse.
Which is basically
the Sheeny curse of the abyss.
which is basically the bends, but
Yeah, pretty
but much worse.
But much worse.
The bends, but with blood.
With bloody beds.
Of basically resurfacing too fast, or even just traveling upwards any amount
Yeah.
in the abyss.
I don't know. I have an issue with that.
Issues?
Because at one point, when they're talking to Nanachi,
Yeah,
they are walking upstairs.
but that's only
And that
stairs.
does
Although
no, because later there's like a slight incline like thing, and they don't want to go up it
'Cause
because
it's
they're
up.
afraid of the curse.
That's
so
true.
stairs apparently is chill, but
ramp.
not so much. You better be able to walk, or else you're gonna get fucked.
True.
I mean, it does sort of get explained later, because of like the reveal of why going up makes you sick.
Yes.
Is because it's like fabric layers, and if you break through the fabric layer,
Yeah.
that's what gets you.
Yeah.
But if you take it with you,
then
then as you
then
go
you're
up,
good. Yeah.
then you're okay. But still, like literally walking up flights of stairs to get to this thing, no problem.
fine.
But as soon as you're like, oh, it's like a 5-degree angle. I don't
Can't do it.
I can't do it.
Can't
I
do
don't want
it.
to get the curse.
Yeah. So yeah, she got wrecked by this beast.
Yeah.
And then is that where Nanachi shows up for the first
Yes.
time? Because they showed something or someone watching them a couple times.
Yes.
And
It was the old man trying to look at the kid's penis again.
and then Rico gets fucked up by this like giant porcupine.
Porcupine thing, yeah.
And how does she end up going up? Or does she get like thrown?
I think she gets thrown up
Yeah.
to another like platformy level.
Yeah,
That's
and then
like yeah,
then starts bleeding from everywhere.
from
And
everywhere.
it's not. I'm
Eye,
like,
nose,
is this
mouth, vagina?
is this what periods are?
Ooh, we'll never know, Scott.
We'll never know.
Never know.
So then Nanachi shows up, who's like a cute little, who's a Pokemon,
I guess I wrote
sort of a bunny.
I wrote a topless naked bunny, but completely smooth. What the fuck? No nips,
No nips.
no mounds,
Nope.
nothing. Hate
Yeah.
it. Unsubscribe.
Yeah, but like, what a weird thing. Who sort of saves her and takes her and Reg. Oh, man, every time I say Reg, I want to say it in Japanese, but I'm trying to
not
stay
get
somewhat monetized.
Smart man, you, Scott Hansen.
So so takes him back to Nanachi's little forest shack.
Yeah.
And it was somewhere in here that I realized, like, I am a total sucker for a mystery box. I'm like, what's at the bottom of the abyss? I want to know. And like, why Lost? Why does it suck? Like, give me a mystery, and
Writer's strike. That's why.
give me a mystery, and I need to find out, even like if it is stupid.
Who's in the hatch?
I'll tell you a pretty good mystery box recently was the Jason Segel vehicle, Dispatches from Elsewhere.
Huh.
It was fun.
Okay.
It's TV. You'll never watch it.
I will never watch it.
You
You're
don't care.
correct.
You're too
You're
busy.
correct, madam.
You're too busy with Sasquatch documentaries on
Sasquatch
Tubi.
movies on Tubi.
God forbid you watch a miniseries.
Yep, I agree.
Piece of shit.
I agree.
So and in Nanachi's hut, we are reminded a couple of times that this is an anime and not a North American cartoon. Yeah. Because in trying to cure, because like one of the porcupine's quills like went through Riko's hand, and that's what's fucking her up.
And we almost got a 127 hours.
We did, very close.
Very close.
Yeah, Reg thought he had to chop her arm off so the poison didn't spread. But then partly did, and then Nanachi said, "Hey, stop.
Calm down.
Stop that.
Calm down.
You're making it worse.
Don't go to the bone."
But so pretty quickly into Riko's healing, Nanachi just jams something up her ass.
Yep. Because again, everyone who makes anime is a pedophile.
Yep. And I also was not expecting bloody, piss-soaked panties.
No.
Probably not something you'd get in traditional North American animation.
Who's to say?
Who is to say? So, yeah, and then they're talking to Nanachi a bit, and I think Nanachi straight up says, like, I was an orphan. I was an explorer too. Yeah. And now I'm this. I'm like, oh, I like him. I mean, I don't love implied TF, but I like implied TF better than no TF.
Yep.
And
if the options are some or none, I'll take some.
Some, exactly. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then we also meet Nanachi's roommate, Midi, who is a disgusting monster blob.
Yeah.
But Nanachi seems close to.
Yeah. And it climbs on the table and tries to eat her.
We think it looks like it's trying to eat. And they're like, oh my god,
stop it.
Midi's trying to eat it. I'm like, nah,
that's cool.
That's
just what Midi does.
That's Midi kissing.
That's what Walter Mitty does. Just leave him alone.
It's a secret life.
Turns out that Midi has like healing saliva or healing mouth.
Midi's helping somehow.
Yeah. Which I guess is then...
And then that transitions us to... Then most of the rest of the movie is just showing the backstory of Nanachi and Midi.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they were both orphans, too.
Orphans who went down.
Yeah. But I think them and a bunch of orphans were being used by... bad adults.
Bad adults, yeah.
But it's that old, like, they're bad guys, but they think they're acting for the greater good, like in the name of science. They're testing shit.
Yeah.
So they bring them like pretty deep down in the abyss, and then they're to I don't know, like level 5, and then they've made this like high speed elevator that goes to level 6.
Yes. Yeah.
And they're testing it, and like, hey, who better to test on than fucking orphans?
Yeah. Nobody's gonna care if they die.
Yeah. So
or TF into bunny things.
Yeah.
With no tits.
So yeah. So they're sort of like they just sort of keep the orphans in a pen, and then like yank one out when they need one.
Yeah.
And
go do this.
Yeah, and then Nanachi and Midi, who are already friends, are among the last ones, and they bring him out, put him in like a split elevator.
Yeah,
and fire him on down. And is it on the way back up or the way down? I don't know if it even matters, but somewhere along the elevator ride, Nanachi, at this point I write all caps, hey, actual TF.
Hey.
Pretty good. So yeah, so Nanachi starts turning into this bunny Pokemon type, which is the better, even though Drew was less than enthused with topless, smooth bunny with no nips, was the better of the two options, because Midi's like face split in half vertically.
Yeah.
And like melted into a pile of vomit with just eyes and
that's it.
Almost no recognizable features. And like the whole thing was very sad.
Yeah.
because Nanachi's like just watching this happen to her best friend, and
You
it's
don't
like,
know what it is.
yeah,
yeah.
and she's like, she's scared and panicking, and like she's TFing, but at least she's TFing into a bunny and not that
Not ooze.
that her best friend is, and like the whole thing was like, it was presented very well, and I'm like, man, this is I wasn't expecting sad TF. You don't get sad TF very often.
No, you don't.
But this was, and then my next note was robot boner.
Yeah.
What was the boner from?
That was probably them in the lake after she wakes up.
Okay,
After
that makes sense because it's one of my last notes.
After she's been healed,
Yeah.
and then they go into the lake and she's like fully naked, and then he is in the
Yeah.
water, and then he's like, "What is happening?" Like,
Yeah,
why is this thing happening to me? And it's like, he's a fucking child.
Yeah, it's
Stop implying children getting boners, anime
look,
creators.
that's a lot to ask from Japan.
I mean, we did drop 2 nukes on them.
Let them do what they want. Let them sexualize kids.
We'll see.
We'll see. Jury's out, Japan. We've got our eye
You've
on
only
you.
got a few more years left of us letting you do that before it's been more years since, we dropped the bomb 87 years ago.
Yeah.
Get over it. Get over your dead parents.
So no more anime after a certain point?
Well, no. They can have anime, but they just can't be sexual deviants towards children.
Oh, so no more anime.
Correct.
Okay. And so Riko's back in the game. She didn't lose her hand, but I think it's kind of fucked up.
It's a little fucked up, but it's
It's attached, and that's a plus. And they're like, "Hey, we're gonna keep doing this Abyss business and hope we don't turn into bunnies and goo, respectively." And so that was part of the sadness with Mitty, but there was more to it because
Yeah.
I'm like,
I totally forgot about
I'm
it.
like, really?
Oh,
what?
and I forgot. Well, there's one thing that we also kind of glossed over that was like the whole thing is like with N-word is that he his hand is like a Mega Man blaster.
But he has a recharge.
But if he uses it,
He passes out. Yeah.
And so when she was hurt,
Yeah.
and he had the option of if he can either he saves her by killing the thing,
Yeah.
but then he passes out and he can't help her,
Right.
or he tries to help her but he like
Doesn't use the blast.
doesn't use the blast.
Yeah.
That was like a big thing during that whole incident.
Yeah.
Yes. And now
Yeah. So
Mitty.
and with the research these shadowy explorer guys were doing, Mitty's new state, she's almost impossible to kill.
Yeah.
Like you can fuck her up and she just like grows it.
Yeah,
you
it
know,
just goes back to the
cut
way-
off a chunk of her and it just grows back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's like nearly immortal. So this was very, interesting to the people doing the research.
Yeah.
And yeah, because I was thinking, I'm like, really, was it just the TF that was so sad? I'm like, it was part of it, but there was a lot more. Because so ever since then, because they escaped the facility where they were doing all this research and whatnot, and they're obviously just out on their own now.
hiding out.
Yeah. So Nanachi's just been, living with Mitty the Blob, who besides looking at you can't communicate at all, and just has a miserable
Existence.
quality of life. But like she thinks Mitty is still in there and just like can't communicate a diving bell and a butterfly situation.
Yeah.
And so she and like Nanachi's sort of been in denial about Mitty's situation for a while, but eventually she's like, I think Mitty would want to be put out of her misery.
Like she probably would want to end this existence.
Because it kind of sucks. Yeah.
And so she's going to try and convince
Reg.
N-word Reg
to blast her.
to give her the old blast.
Yeah.
And see if that'll kill her.
Yeah. And it does.
It's devastating, yeah.
And like she's gonna do it. She's like, okay, do it. And then she's like, no, stop. And then she goes up and like cries and hugs. Yeah. And then she like placed her like with all her like things and stuff and flowers and whatnot. And then she's like fuck,
Go,
do
do
it. And then he does it, and it does
Yep.
like vaporize MIDI. But like, I'm like, damn, that was sad.
Sad and dark.
Yeah. Japan's crazy.
We should have dropped those bombs on them.
It's nuts. But yeah, a lot of anime trying to make me cry this episode. I didn't cry this, but
But you could have.
I considered it. It was on the table.
It sure would be nice if somebody would pay us $50 to watch the last movie.
That's true.
Get a little closure on the whole.
And $1,200 to watch season 2.
Correct.
How many eps is season 2? Season 2 is episodes 14 through 25, by my count 12. That's a lot. Is that the same as 1? Is 1 also 12? 1 is 13.
Oh, shorter, but still a lot.
Yes.
Pay for the movie. $50 for the movie.
Yeah. Or 100
for Breaking Dawn or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, for Made in Abyss Breaking Dawn, followed by Made in Abyss New Moon.
Newman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be a long evening, Scott.
We're close.
We're getting there.
We're actually closer than I thought. I thought there were like 8 more, but there's 2.
There's 2.
But yeah, and so this movie ends with them saying, "Hey, Crazy Bunny, your friend's dead. we killed your friend for you. You have no specific reason to hang around here. You want to come with us as we venture further?" And she's like, "Yeah, what the fuck? What am I gonna do? Look in the mirror and jerk off at my cute bunny face? Maybe." Yeah, and that's where it goes from there. And clearly there's more to come. And I'm like, because of the fucking mystery box element, I'm like, do I have to keep watching this? Because I might, because I need to know. When I don't know things, I need to know things.
That's true.
So I will. This will probably not be the last Made in Abyss I ever visit, and certainly not if someone pays $50+ for us to continue
$50+
on this track, which brings us to 2006's The Fall, brought to you by Garfield von Kaiser. I didn't know the director has gone through so many names. He has gone from Tarsem Singh to Tarsem just for this movie.
Well, he turned heel.
That's true. Tarsem Singh to Tarsem Singh Dandwar.
Yeah.
Back to Tarsem Singh.
Well, you know.
First idea, best idea, apparently.
Yeah. Maybe he went back babyface.
My second note is, because the only other thing The Cell. The Cell, this, and short-lived television series Emerald City.
Yeah.
Ring a bell to you?
Yeah. Wizard of Oz?
It was network. It was...
one season, 7 episodes?
One season NBC. It was so expensive.
Yeah.
And so bad.
Yeah, I think we've talked about it on the pod before.
It sucked.
Yeah.
Wizard of Oz was not begging for a gritty reboot.
Probably not.
And that's what it was. And yeah, it was like one of the most expensive network television series, and it was a piece of shit. And it didn't deserve the 10 episodes it got.
Wow.
Yeah.
But did all 10 air?
Yes.
Wow.
Tarsem got all the episodes on the air. So good for him. Doesn't say, no, Wikipedia says like almost nothing about it because who cares? But it got okay ratings. Better than it deserved. Because again, I can't stress enough, it sucked.
What year was it?
2000. It was 2017 mid-season. January to March 17.
Prime TV watching time.
Absolutely. It's sitting at a 38% on Rotten Tomatoes. Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do want to talk about it. It's horrible. Watch. It's worth watching because it's bad.
Yeah.
And just to get mad, and I don't remember anything being likable about it. It looked both. It looked both expensive and shitty. It was very strange, and I think too much CG as well.
Probably too much bad TV CG.
Yeah, Tarsem does like some CG.
He does.
I'll say that. So The Fall and The Fountain are 2 movies that I saw 16 years ago.
Yeah.
And remember looking beautiful, but have no recollection if they're good.
Okay.
until this rewatch of The Fall. I have not done a Fountain rewatch. Everyone I've talked to says The Fountain sucks.
I remember it being boring.
Okay.
That just like nothing happens.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, look at me. I'm pretending to be straight and I'm sad that my wife's dead.
We've all been there.
I mean, I've been there with half of it. Nope, lost my train of thought.
Oh boy.
I would like to say off the bat that this movie was beautiful.
Yes.
It was
it
also
looks great.
kind of insane.
It
But
very
like good and bad insane. Like
both, honestly.
Kind of both.
Yep.
We are introduced in the real world
Yeah.
to Lee Pace,
So handsome.
who I'm gonna argue with you about. Do you really think that this Lee Pace or fake Zorro Lee Pace was more handsome than Dr. Lee Pace in the Book of Henry? I don't think so. You know what he looks like to me?
Because I think I said in Book of Henry he's better in The Fall, right?
Yes.
I might be wrong.
He looks like Spenny to me. In
He
this
does
movie.
have a bit of Spenny vibe.
I don't like it, but
maybe
in Book of Henry,
the beard.
He's a little bit older. He's kind of more.
Yeah.
I think he looks better in Book of Henry.
You may be right. I may be willing to concede that Book of Henry Lee Pace is
South?
even. I will never concede the South. Is even more handsome than The Fall Lee
These colors
Pace.
don't bleed.
That's not the phrase.
So in real world time, it's the 1930s.
Yeah,
or
in there.
40s.
Kind of in there, yeah.
You don't know. You don't know. I believe it is 1920s.
Okay.
1920s hospital. Lee Pace plays a stuntman for
Westerns.
for westerns, who is currently injured, and he's at a hospital.
Because he jumped off a bridge.
Yes.
Presumably supposed to be onto a horse, but more just to kill himself.
More just to kill himself.
Because his girlfriend fucked someone else.
Well, it happens.
Yeah.
He meets a young girl who's also in the hospital with a broken arm, and also because she doesn't have anyone that loves her.
What's weird is she has parents.
I know, it's so weird. Why they just leave her? Like, why does a girl with a broken arm have to stay at the hospital?
Yeah.
Even in 1920s.
It was strange.
It's weird.
Yeah, I didn't get it. I do find it funny that when he asks her how she hurt her arm, she answers real fast. I fell.
Yeah, I fell.
I'm like,
nobody grabbed me and tried to drag me somewhere and squeezed too hard. Please don't tell my mom I'm here.
yeah. The one thing I found very confusing until the end when it made sense, or maybe I was supposed to get it from the beginning and didn't, because I don't know, I'm dumb. So lay out the premise a bit first, if you were going to.
So Lee Pace and this girl sort of become friends in the hospital, and she's like,
they develop a sexual relationship.
Yep.
She's
a 10-year-old girl and a
10 tops, maybe 8.
She might be. Yeah, she was probably 8.
Yeah.
He wants to tell her. He's gonna sort of tell her a story to occupy their time.
Yeah, I think she asked him to tell her.
She asked him to tell her story. Yeah. And so
he is sad.
He's
and on opiates.
And possibly paralyzed from the waist down.
Might be paralyzed from the waist down.
Yeah.
That's on the table, and also is a fan of the opioid.
Yes.
Yeah. As anyone should be.
Of course.
They're delicious.
Downers or whatever. Great stuff. Uppers suck.
I don't need that kind of energy.
Correct. So he begins to tell a story that is like based on his real life, but it's like a fantasy story.
Yeah.
It's like fictionalized.
It's like a wild epic fantasy.
It's got all these characters in it that are all from different walks of life, different backstories.
It just occurred to me this is sort of a Wizard of Oz.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah, kinda.
So that explains why he wanted to make Emerald City. He's clearly a big Wizard of Oz fan. It's just too bad that the thing he made based on it was so terrible.
Yeah. I mean, I can just read the thing because it's way faster. So he's telling a story. There's a Hindi man who is swimming to a small island to report back and forth.
So the thing that confused me off the bat was in relation to the Hindi man, the East Indian man.
Yes.
They were taught. He was using terms like squaw and wigwam.
Yep.
In relation to East Indians.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
It makes sense at the end.
Yeah.
But I'm like, was I supposed to get it earlier, or was I supposed to be confused
No, I think
earlier?
I don't think you're supposed to get it.
Fine.
Where? Oh yeah. So
Hindi man.
Hindi man going to tell them that the brother. Man, there's so much stuff going on.
There's a lot.
There's a governor who's a bad guy.
That's the thing. The governor's a bad guy, and the governor in real life is the star of the westerns.
The actor.
Yeah.
The John Wayne.
The guy who fucked his girlfriend. Yeah.
And they're man. So they like introduce all these characters. That the one main character, the Black Bandit, the sort of fake Zorro.
Yeah.
He has a brother, and his brother is going to be executed.
Yeah.
Unless Black Bandit. Yeah, Blue Bandit, right?
Yes.
So Blue Bandit is going to be executed unless Black Bandit goes to save him. And he sort of has like a posse of random characters.
Yeah. We're a ragtag group of guys, each with their own gimmick. One of them is
and a backstory that is like it all involves the governor.
Yeah, they've all been wronged by the governor in some way, including Charles Darwin, who is wearing the sickest robe I've ever seen.
Darwin's coat rocked.
Yep.
I also wrote Darwin's sign language was very comical.
Yeah.
But what I wrote was all of the characters have really insane reasons for wanting to kill the governor, except for Charles Darwin. Number 1, kidnapped my wife. Number 2, going to execute my brother. Number 3, banished me from my home country. Number 4, killed a butterfly.
There's like the butterfly.
The rest of them.
Look, if you were a naturalist, you'd be pissed too. You would want to kill the governor.
If I was Charles Darwin,
yes.
I would want to kill him over killing a butterfly.
Yes.
But it's just very silly.
Yeah.
And then where is... So yeah, there's... The Hindi man is the only one he's just the guide, right?
Kind of, yeah.
The Indian is the one whose wife got kidnapped.
Yeah.
The Luigi, who's the Italian munitions expert,
yes,
gets banished from his home country and shunned by everyone, and wants revenge. Charles Darwin's mad about the butterfly, and the Black Bandit is mad because his brother is going to be executed.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, the story is just the journey of all those characters.
Yeah, on the most beautiful landscapes you've ever seen.
The only real trivia thing I have is that according to the director, the film was shot in 28 different countries the course of 4 years.
Wow.
There were no stages or sets ever built. It was only existing locations.
That's cool.
That's pretty wild.
28 countries.
Yeah, I didn't look it up to see if it said, like, these are the 28 countries it filmed in. But,
I mean, it looks...
28 is a lot.
It looks amazing. That must have been the most fun movie in the world to location scout.
Yeah.
Like, let's go to this country and see what's beautiful.
Oh, why doesn't it say...
It's a secret.
Filming locations. We got Turkey, South Africa, Indonesia, India, Argentina, Egypt, Namibia, Fiji,
Holy shit.
Italy, Chile, Czech Republic. It was still the Czech Republic at the time. Oh, maybe
it's still the Czech Republic now.
Czechia,
I suppose.
Romania, Spain, Brazil, Nepal, Maldives, France. I probably already said Spain. Cambodia, England.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Everyone go look up the list of...
China, Bolivia, California, USA.
Hey, USA, okay.
A lot of India, obviously, because
Yeah.
look where the fucking director is. But yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, everyone
So
go
all those locations.
look up the
for-
list of filming locations for The Fall on IMDb. 78 filming locations.
That would be really
Sorry,
cool.
76.
That would be very cool to have like a documentary made about that. Just about the filming locations where they were.
Yeah.
Just seeing all of that would be very, very cool. That'd be something I would definitely be.
I feel like this movie should be bigger.
It should be.
Like it's like there's not really any like Lee Pace is the only name actor in it, and he wasn't big in 06. He's not even particularly big now.
Really. No,
but you know, people are like, oh, I recognize that guy.
But it's an artsy movie. That's all it's about, right? It's,
more like this on IMDb, The Fountain.
there you go. The Cell.
I may have to revisit The Fountain.
Well, only somebody pays for it. You're not allowed to watch movies unless people pay for it.
I'm probably not going to watch a lot of movies that anyone doesn't pay for the next while.
Maybe
so
somebody can pay for The Fountain, or
maybe they can,
Third Made in the Abyss, or just give us money and don't make us watch
or
movies.
just give us money.
So yeah. So the whole story is that it's like the character's journey towards finding the governor and rescuing his brother. But his brother is executed.
Yeah.
And then he sort of takes up the mantra of being the Blue Bandit.
Yeah.
The mantle of being the Blue Bandit. And then they're trying to... so it's just sort of like a fantasy adventure movie where they're traveling across like the deserts and the
islands.
The islands and the beaches and everything, searching for him. They finally kind of get to... they find his
Citadel.
they find the girlfriend.
Yeah.
Whatever her like version of in the story. Alexandra, is that her name?
Maybe.
Alexandria. So they eventually find his Citadel, which is like protected by all these insane everything, and like some of the action sequences were like the guys with the bows that were like shooting them straight up in the air and then doing like back rolls to get back into position was very
sick,
very silly.
Yeah.
So like, you know, the characters are all sort of like trying to invade the Citadel, and
we pick him off. There's a couple sacrifices.
The Hindi one sacrifices himself to save, because they're climbing up the rope.
Yeah.
And he cuts the rope to get the bad guys to fall, and he falls.
Yeah.
So then Lee Pace can keep going.
And then Demolition Guy blows up a whole room of himself and a bunch of
bad guys,
soldiers.
The Shaka Zulu goes and
I don't know if his name was Shaka Zulu.
Uses himself as a human shield to protect them from the arrows.
Oh, when the arrows are coming, he drapes himself over
Lee Pace's
Zorro. And but the girl is like in the story now too.
Yes, the girlfriend's character.
No, the little girl's in the story now too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because that's how Shaka Zulu dies.
She's so, I hate her so much. She was very annoying. I found her to be very, very annoying. Some dumb Romanian girl with a stupid accent and a broken arm. Sorry, that's how Shaka Zulu dies. Sorry, you're right. But we are going like back and forth between real life and the fantasy story.
Yeah, we go back to the hospital a number of times.
Super fucking depressed. He wants to kill himself.
Yeah, and that's why he's killing all the characters, and he's making the little girl sad. She's like, "Why are you killing everyone?"
Yeah, he's like, "Because that's what fucking happens.
Yeah,
people die.
I'm gonna fucking die. Just kill me right now." And there was a couple of funny ones earlier on where they cut back to the hospital, and he's like, "Go, pull the curtain in front and go to the bottom of my bed and touch my toe, and I'll see if I can see if I know what toe you're touching." So she does it. He says the wrong toe. And
she says, "Oh, the little toe," and he goes, "You're not supposed to tell me what toe.
You stupid,
you stupid bitch."
So do a different toe. Then she does a different toe, and he said, "Is it this one?" And she's like,
"Yeah."
He's like,
"Are you lying to me?"
Are you lying? No. He's like, and I said, I hope he punishes her for lying by making the story worse by just telling a shitty story.
Yeah.
And then the next time he was like, "Hey, run, fetch Daddy some morphine, and we can perhaps continue this tale."
Go sneak me some morphine. You know where to go, where to get it from.
Yeah, so he's just like bitterly depressed by the end of it. Like he's crying, he's just killing everyone. Just like, please stop killing everyone. It's very sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like he gets visited by his friend who tries to cheer him up, but it doesn't really lead to anything. Like, he's very much is just willing to die.
Yeah.
Like, he's miserable, he's probably paralyzed.
Mm-hmm.
His girlfriend's a whore. Let's see, he tries to overdose.
He tries to overdose, finds out that they're just sugar pills.
Just sugar pills.
Yeah.
Then
this is urine.
She thinks he's dead, but it turns out to be one of the other guys.
Yes, she sees a body get carted out.
Yeah,
and she freaks out, but it's the old guy in the room.
The old guy who was in the room.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I thought they might have killed him. I bought that fake out.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
What do we got? So like in the story, the Black Bandit and the girl finally reach like where the governor is.
Yeah.
And he like kind of gets rid of him very quickly. Like he doesn't even really fight him.
It is a very short climactic showdown because the point wasn't the fight basically.
Then he tells her that he's weak. The only other note I have is just that when they go to rescue the brother, and it turns out that he's already been killed, there's like a torture punishment chandelier thing that looks really cool.
Yes.
Because it's just all of the dead bodies of his brother and his brother's like comrades.
Yeah.
All like strung together
on the
to
chandelier.
make a chandelier in the
as
room.
a chandelier.
That was pretty fucked up and pretty cool looking.
That was good. And at the beginning of the showdown with the governor, he has the governor basically all but kill him.
Yes.
And then the girl's crying even more, and then he sort of has a change of heart there, and then he gets better very quickly.
Yeah.
And doesn't kill the governor.
No.
Just like disposes of him, and he's like, "You a bitch."
You a bitch.
Yeah, and also doesn't get back with the girl who fucked the governor because now she's got Italian stink on her.
Disgusting. Dirty.
The governor read
he
read as Italian, right?
Yeah, I think so. He also tries to drown himself in a pool.
Well, the pool was the showdown with the governor.
Yeah,
because it was like
thrown into the pool and doesn't want to come out of the pool.
Yeah.
And then because
the governor's like holding him down and calling him names,
right?
And then that's where the change of heart is.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then he kind of decides he's not sad anymore and doesn't want to overdose on drugs.
Yeah.
And then there's like a montage of silent movies.
Well, yeah, they have like movie night at the hospital, and then
it's just like stunt pratfall.
Yeah, well, no, they showed like stuff, the movie.
Oh yeah,
they're just watching the one movie he was in, and they're like, "Hey, shit, that's me." And then I think he ended up not being paralyzed and went on to do more stunts. And was it like the girl now older, like narrating from the future, basically saying, I didn't believe him, but then one movie I saw like holy shit, that's him. And then he was in lots of movies and doing all these amazing stunts. And during movie night, you pretty much see all the people that were characters in the story. Like the Indian in the story was the other kind of Indian.
He was a powwow
in the movie, and that's why the references to squaw and wigwams for a guy from Mumbai, which very much confused me from the beginning. I'm like, there's no way Tarsum Singh got this wrong, got the kind of Indian wrong, right? But no, to his credit, he did not. And and then like the Italian demolition guy was some guy who worked at the hospital.
Yeah, he was like an orderly at the hospital, right? Yeah.
And various stuff like that. And then then it ends as sort of a tribute to silent movie stuntman. And you forget how fucking amazing some silent movie stunts are.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Like the craziest stuff.
And a lot of them were just like doing the thing for real.
Oh, yeah.
Not like a practical.
Oh, no. Like if you fuck up, you die.
Yeah. Or like get severely hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh, broke my femur. I'm going to die in the hospital in 3 weeks.
Yeah, like there was some nut
Yeah.
stuff. Well, like the classic Buster Keaton, like side of a house falling around you,
Yeah.
and like I hope you didn't miscalculate that one.
Well, I mean, like
But all kinds of like train stunts.
we even saw a bunch of the cool ones in It's a Mad World. There was
Yep.
a lot of great like
Absolutely.
actual stunt work in that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, some of that early stuff is really
There's some wild shit.
underappreciated.
Like watch some silent movie stunts. Some of them are unbelievable. Like stuff you never seen it because it's too dangerous now. No one would do it.
No, yeah.
But yeah, they were going buck wild in the 10s and 20s.
They were going Buck Angel.
They were going Buck Angel. So yeah, my last notice that was a lovely movie.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
All of the visuals, the backdrop of the fantasy world and everything.
Yeah.
Beautiful, amazing, like stunning.
Well, time to end on a good note.
On this note,
Yeah. On that note, our final movie this evening, as we approach, you know what? As we're not even at 6 hours, our fastest to date. Eve paid us some money. I would argue, not enough, to watch Ghostbusters 1984, Ghostbusters 2 1989, and that's where it should have ended. But here we find ourselves on week 3 with just Ghostbusters again.
Sick.
I'll do Ghostbusters again.
Yeah, I'll
we talked about that.
watch Sex Pest Bill Murray again.
Yeah, we talked about that a bunch the first time. Oh, hold on. Let me read the fine print here. Ghostbusters 2016. What's that?
Oh no, Scott! The pilot is a woman.
Oh my god! Why don't they make the whole woman out of the plane? Was that the Shane line?
Yeah.
When we recorded?
Yeah.
Oh no! It was why don't they make the whole plane out of the woman?
Yeah,
like instead of the black box.
Yeah.
So we're ending for reasons unexplained on Ghostbusters 2016, aka Girl Ghostbusters, aka I would say the better title Ghost Bitches, but you said we can't call it
I didn't
that.
think the ladies would like that.
What do ladies like? Cool James?
They like Cool James
Yeah.
a lot.
And in order to heighten our experience, in order to leave literally an even worse taste in our mouths than Ghostbusters 2016, Eve, back in the mix, for Christmas, presented me with several good presents and a not good present. A special edition Jones soda. Normally like them. Got the pineapple cream soda. That's a nice soda. The blue bubble gum is okay. The clear cream soda
Cream soda.
straight up tastes like carbonated vanilla extract. Great. And I dearly miss the vanilla cola. Arguably the best cola I've ever had. But this is none of those.
This is a product of Canada,
It is Jones Canadian.
but
maybe
this
Vancouver.
is exclusively
American.
American.
Oh, interesting.
because it says cash refund in Connecticut, Mass, Vermont, New York, Maine, Iowa. That's a weird one. And Hawaii? 10 cents?
Yeah.
Oh, 5-cent refund or 10
10.
cent in
Michigan?
Michigan.
Then we get a Seinfeld episode.
Yep, that is correct. It's made, but this one was bottled under the authority of Jones Cola in Seattle, Washington.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, I guess their main place is in Seattle, actually.
So the ingredients.
Foo Berry soda. Remember that one?
Do I?
It was like a weird pink. It was
Oh, yeah. Maybe.
like, I don't know, 90s, early 2000s. It's been gone for a while. It was good.
Carbonated water.
Go on.
Salt.
Hold. I think
The
Drew.
second ingredient.
I think you must be misreading. The second ingredient in this
Cola?
in this soda is salt.
Salt. Natural flavors.
Great.
Caramel color.
Sure, that's in cola.
Potassium sorbate.
Preservative.
Sodium benzoate.
Another preservative.
Sucralose.
Oh, great. Let's
Gum arabic.
add some artificial sweetener
And
to the
ester
mix.
gum.
That's it? That sounds fine.
That is
what
it.
are the natural flavors?
The natural flavors are, it's back! For a limited time, you can experience our infamous turkey and gravy soda.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Grab a bottle while you can and bring it on your holiday gatherings where even your vegan buddies can partake in Christmas dinner.
I'm glad it's vegan.
Or chug the whole bottle if you dare. Just make sure to get it on video, share it with us, and we'll give you a Jones t-shirt.
Fuck you, I'm not doing that.
Full details on our website.
I am not doing that.
www.
Full stop.
Jones Soda, full stop.
Com.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Jones Soda Co.
Long story short,
we're going to vomit on air.
we have Jones Turkey and Gravy Soda here.
Got a pop or is it a twist?
It appears to be a twist.
Ow!
It was a hard
It
twist.
was sharp. I don't want to smell it. I really don't want to smell it.
I'm not loving that the second ingredient's salt. I don't love a salty soda. Are you just going to get in there?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm not going to smell it. I'm just going to drink it.
Do you want me to go first or do you want to go first?
What would you prefer? I will do whatever you prefer. We're going Win Ben Stein's money rules here. Contestant chooses first or second.
I'll go first.
You got a chaser ready?
Yeah.
Be smart. Have a chaser at the
I
ready.
got my Gatorade. It's open. Oh, God. Oh!
boy, oh boy. Okay, here. Do you want some more? Or are you good? I'm not psyched about this. I think I wish I had gone
It's
first.
fucking horrible. Why would somebody do that?
Who would do this? Well, yeah, I think Drew's covered it for everyone. I don't think I need to do anything about it.
Look at how little I had too.
Anyway, Ghostbusters
I
2016.
barely had any. Oh, it's disgusting.
Is it salty?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very gravy.
Ooh. Not what I'm looking for in my beverage.
I don't like how clear it is. It should definitely be thicker.
Here's the thing. I don't like how clear it is, but I also like that there aren't floaties in it.
Yeah, that's true.
I wouldn't do it then.
That's true.
I'm gonna go ahead and sip it right now. Oh, it's all gravy. Eve, go to hell. Jesus Christ.
I like that you didn't have to take an immediate chaser. I had to immediately chase.
I was too mad to remember I had a chaser. I had to first yell about it. Oh, that's disgusting. Is that the worst thing I've ever had to drink?
I think easily that's the worst drink I've ever had. I think it's that disgusting.
I think it's like
I would rather just drink gravy than carbonated gravy water.
yeah, honestly. I mean, cum's not great.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind
But commercially available beverages, that might be the worst.
I would just rather have a tub of KFC gravy.
Sure.
And just go, better than that.
Yeah, no, I'd shoot back a KFC gravy before I had another sip of this.
What if I have to throw up on the air?
It'd be kind of funny. Good content. Good content. Be sure to do it right into the microphone.
Content?
Yeah. Oh. It's lingering.
Yeah. I'm glad that
Oh, the burp taste. Oh, why they burp? That shouldn't have that much effect on burp taste based on I
how
mean
little you sipped.
I had a
Like you and I
had a swig,
we had
but
a little bit.
yeah. Like
I like that it was going to go over and you almost had to put more in. But it
I was
just before.
Yeah, because I did like a fast like big swig back, and it's when I turn it back upright, it started foaming up. I'm like, please don't make me have to suck turkey and gravy foam off of this so it doesn't spill on my desk or floor. Oh,
what would be a great prank is to switch bottle labels on somebody.
yes.
That's a great prank.
And call this, I don't know, tamarind?
Tamarind.
This can only be so many flavor. This weird pale brown can only be so many things. But
Salty and just ugh. It's kind of giving me a headache already.
Yeah. I don't feel good.
No. Maybe we shouldn't finish this as punishment to Eve.
Maybe we shouldn't talk about Ghostbusters ever. Ugh. I'm so mad at this. Yeah, we got to like the bottom of the neck of the bottle, and the rest is available for anyone who should need it.
Come pick it up.
Yeah,
right now.
Come get most of a Jones turkey and gravy soda. Fuck.
Who's that for?
Who's that?
It's honestly,
it's for memes.
You're making it so that somebody drinks this much of it and then throws it out.
Yeah,
that's the point.
Yeah, they're making it so people film themselves chugging it and post it online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I hate it.
It's disgusting. My first note.
I'm furious at it. What's your first note?
Queef joke. A victory for women.
My not first joke, but early joke or early note. Queef joke. We get it. You're ladies.
Well, I don't know the context of my second one. I wrote T4 if it was okay because they're ladies. I don't know I don't even know. I don't know if it's a typo.
This has to go away because I can smell it.
Well, I don't want it.
Put the cap on.
Put it away.
Put the cap on and then we'll burn it.
Let's open a window and just throw it out into your yard.
Water the plant. All the plants die.
Okay, it's sealed.
Good.
No mas.
It will be incinerated.
I wrote T4 if it was poo.
What?
It's funnier because they're ladies. That was my note. T4? C4. Was there explosions involving poop?
Yeah, and that's C4. That's why you confused me when you said, I'm like,
so I don't know,
Terminator 4?
I don't know if I accidentally, why I would put T. I don't know, maybe I was typing too fast and I just didn't notice.
Yeah.
C4 if it was poop. Scott, it's even funnier because they're ladies.
It is funnier because they're ladies.
That was my second note.
So the opening scene, because every Ghostbuster has to start with an opening scene where a ghost does a ghosting.
Ghost does a spooky.
Yeah, and Zach Woods is
playing a creep.
Playing a creep, like running a tour of a haunted house. But
it's like a, I don't know if it's a mansion.
It's a mansion that
a dead person.
Yeah. And which doesn't make me think like Zach Woods. Maybe this doesn't suck. A boy can dream.
Yeah.
I liked Kristen Wiig. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Wiig?
I believe it's Wiigi.
Kristen Wiiger. Don't go to China.
Ooh, bad times.
Yeah. But I'd never grasped what her relationship with Justin Kirk was.
I don't know.
Because at first I thought she was, like, they seemed like long-term boyfriend girlfriend, but at like a reception he just like no sells a kiss by her, and then when she gets fired from the university he just like never speaks to her again.
Yeah.
So, like,
I don't know.
What was your relationship?
Just dating?
Yeah, but like very casually date, or not even dating, wanting to date maybe.
2016, Scott. Don't put labels on things.
Super.
Don't put labels on it.
Super confused by it. Charles Dance, bad guy, all caps. Who's to say?
Can I just first off state?
Mm-hmm.
I can still kind of taste it.
Yeah, me too.
This movie,
this is the correct way to talk about this movie.
Yeah, I had seen it once before.
I'm sorry,
and I didn't remember.
You remember nothing? Yeah,
like I didn't. I was like, I don't remember it being as bad as everyone said it was. Uh-huh. I just don't remember anything.
Maybe it was just people being mean to women, and the movie's pretty good.
Very possible. Like
Charlie's Angels, the new class.
The new class. Where Bosley was a woman, because you can't have a man in charge of women. Although, was he really in charge? He was just the one communicating the stuff.
Charlie was in charge. Charles in charge. Charlie's in charge.
Charlie's in charge.
Scott Baio played Charlie.
Yeah.
Also cool politics. Also
very cool politics.
Also, ASJ-esque politics.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even really want to do plot. I just want to do all of the fucking notes I wrote on all of the terrible things.
I don't think it deserves
If you've
plot.
seen the first Ghostbusters or listened to us review the first Ghostbusters, it's the same fucking movie, just with women.
But with 2010's ladies.
Yeah, but it's exactly the same movie. All of the plot is the same, more or less.
Yeah, the plot beats are the same.
Yeah. I wrote, even though I like Kate McKinnon usually, I already cannot stand her or anything that has come out of her mouth. It's like they very specifically hired someone that's never heard of comedy to write her dialogue.
Yeah, what, did I write it or just think it? Yeah, so I wrote a couple things about Kate, I guess. Hey, Kate McKinnon's Egon, and Egon is even more autistic now somehow. And then, yeah, so throughout the movie, Kate McKinnon, who, P.S., I usually love.
Yeah, me too.
So I do not have a bias against Kate McKinnon. She is like smirking through the whole movie.
Like an insane person.
And I don't think it's her character.
I don't know. How can you
like, the smirking didn't really jive with the rest of her character. It's like Kate McKinnon, the actress, is smirking at Kate McKinnon, the character, if that makes sense. But like, it made no sense through the whole thing. It's the worst thing by miles Kate McKinnon's ever done.
Yeah, agree.
Like, it was horrible.
Terrible. Awful.
Yeah.
Everything about her character was awful.
And I love her and I think she's great. But not here.
My next note is I don't remember. Like, I honestly don't remember the context. I just remember them saying, "Who you gonna call?" And then, it was when they were talking about like the television like ghost chaser shows.
Yeah.
And on the TV in the background, it said, "Who you gonna call?" And they're like, "Ghost jumpers."
Yeah.
And I'm like, kill yourself. Fucking kill yourself.
That was definitely a kill yourself moment for sure. What
I enjoyed that the Higgins Institute was run by Steve Higgins, which according to Paul Feig, who fucking
Paul
Feig, total coincidence. They didn't actually do that on purpose. They just happened to hire him to be the head of the thing, which is disappointing because I was hoping it would be the other way around. Higgins was pretty much the best part of the movie.
Yep.
Then I wrote, was this written by a 12-year-old?
Yeah, I would argue yes.
I wrote, has Neil Casey ever not played a weirdo creep?
Neil Casey, always a creep.
Always.
Every
Never
time.
Not.
I mean, look at him.
Look at him. But I'm sure he's got range.
I'm sure he does, but he looks like a creep.
Yeah.
So he's going to play a creep. Rules are rules.
I wrote some god-awful CGI in brackets,
some bad stuff.
Creature coming out of the old lady's back.
Yeah, that sucks.
Fucking terrible.
They look awful.
Look like early 2000s shit.
Yeah. There's some line fairly early on where I'm going to assume based on the slang, perhaps a gentleman of color said, ain't no bitches gonna hunt no ghosts. And so I'm like, oh, so they knew what they were doing and still did it. Because ain't no bitches should have hunted no ghosts.
Absolutely not.
Because then this movie wouldn't have happened.
My next note was, at least they kept the trend going from Ghostbusters 2 with an awful rap song about the Ghostbusters.
This Ghostbusters cover sucks.
Awful. Who sang it?
Sucks.
Look it up. Who sang it?
Ugh.
B-Fab. No, Be Real. It was a Cypress Hill Jam.
I don't think it was a Cypress Hill Jam. Ghostbusters 2016 soundtrack.
Kool and the Gang.
Shut up. Let's see. Ghostbusters by Ray Parker Jr. Oh, really?
Uh-oh.
Surprising.
Uh-oh. Big Boy.
Okay, so there's four
different.
There are 4 songs entitled Ghostbusters on the Ghostbusters 2016 soundtrack. The first one is by Walk the Moon.
I don't know what that is.
Screen falling screen falling off the door, hanging on the hinges, my feet are still so, my back's on the bridge, we tore out the walls, we slept on the couches.
Nope.
They have shut up and dance. Shut up and dance with me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there's that. There is Pentatonics,
Yep.
who are an a cappella group.
Yep.
There's
I don't remember hearing that once, but okay.
I don't either. It was probably pretty quick. Ghostbusters by Ray Parker Jr. 2010 re-recording.
Well, he had to make some more money.
Sure. And
The weird one.
which that has to be the one that pissed us off. Fallout Boy featuring Missy Elliott.
That sounds about right.
That's the one.
Jesus.
It's fucking horrible.
Somebody we love and a black lady.
Huh? What? Where did the song "Get Ghost" by Mark Ronson, Passion Pit, and ASAP Ferg show up?
No idea.
I want to listen to that later.
Couldn't tell you. My next note was Stuart.
Sorry?
Stuart.
Yep. Michael McDonald in the mix. I'm sure. I like it when I read a note I wrote a little while ago and make myself laugh. Hey, my second favorite Michael McDonald. This is it.
I wrote, I love that all of the aspects of the Ghostbusters needed to be explained into existence.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Like every single thing needed to be explained about this is like, oh, the uniform. This is how the machine works. This is like everything. You couldn't just leave anything to like, this is the Ghostbusters. Like this is what it is. You had to explain every little fucking thing.
Mm-hmm. What else did they have? Oh, so when they were first getting together, they went to go buy or lease or whatever the same fire hall from the original Ghostbusters. And the one I will begrudgingly admit kind of funny thing in the movie was the real estate agent going, and the rent is $21,000 a month. Fuck you.
Yeah.
it was a fast
caught you off guard.
Yeah, like well timed and written. That was the one chuckle in the movie. I'll tell you what wasn't any chuckles. Chris fucking Hemsworth.
Yeah.
You're no Annie Potts, Hemsworth.
I have one note of "Oh Sick," the most homophobic DMX song in a mainstream movie.
Party up.
And I wrote, God, Cecily Strong is so hot.
Cecily Strong is so hot. Did you know? Did you know she just left SNL?
Just now.
I mean, she had her last episode a week or two ago.
So who's on the show? Chad Michael Murray. Bowen Yang.
Keenan S. Thompson. Steve Martin.
Chris Hemsworth fucking sucked.
Yeah,
but I think it was the point.
Well, he was supposed to be very stupid,
but like none of his jokes were.
It was just annoying. It was so annoying. I hated it.
I wrote, I'm real glad Higgins got more screen time.
Yep.
I wrote, hey, at least Melissa McCarthy stayed possessed for more than 2 seconds, like rated in Ghostbusters
2. The shortest possession ever. Hey, Ray's possessed. Zap. Ray's better. Melissa McCarthy fell down. I got excited for that. Which
Fatty fall down, go boom.
Can you even believe it?
I can't.
That was exciting.
I will tell you the only line that made me laugh was when, I don't remember which character said it. I also don't even remember who played the mayor. But he said, "Don't be the mayor from Jaws," and then chuckles, and then the mayor goes, "Never compare me to the mayor of Jaws." I thought that was pretty funny. That was the only funny thing I got.
Who was the mayor?
I don't care.
Fair. I'm finding out. You keep talking.
Okay. Then the happiest moment of this movie and the saddest moment of this movie happened in split second back to back of Sam. No. Sam Richardson appears as a security guard or the police officer, and then is immediately killed
so quickly.
Sam,
so quickly. I got psyched for Sam Richardson too, and it was not to be.
What do I get? I wrote I enjoyed Melissa McCarthy throwing the grenade up to try and hit it and swinging and missing. I thought that was kind of funny.
Mhm.
I wrote Leslie Jones must have had a really hard time holding that 9-inch cock inside of her unitard.
A Brittany Griner type?
She's a Brittany Griner type.
I don't think you're supposed to say that.
Well,
but that's okay.
do I care?
I'm sure you don't. Oh, I'll tell you who the fucking mayor was. It's fucking Andy Garcia.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Andy Garcia.
Yeah, because I wrote, a lot of Andy Garcia this week.
Yeah. There was also, Dan Aykroyd made an appearance as a taxi driver.
I wrote, shame on Bill Murray for doing this.
Yeah, I got a lot of trivia written down on this stuff. So, Annie Potts was in it, Ernie Hudson was in it, Bill Murray was in it. I guess you couldn't get Rick Moranis because he hadn't come back to Hollywood yet.
Yeah,
but he's back, baby.
He's back.
Phil Brony's back.
He's back and he's pissed. I wrote, if Patty's uncle isn't Ernie Hudson, I'm going to be pissed. And he was.
Surprise, he was.
Yeah. Oh, there was one other funny thing that I don't remember the context, but I like only agreeing to go tandem skydiving if you're the top.
I think there was just a question of... if can you go by yourself? You're like, no, the instructor's with you. And it's like,
okay, but I'm the top.
Yeah, is he behind you or in front of you? You're like, no, he's behind you. You're like, no, I'm only going if I'm behind. I don't remember what the...
I don't remember who it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was amusing.
As much like the first one, it's the gatekeeper and the keymaster.
Yeah.
And Zool. No, wait.
No, it's not Zool.
Chris Hemsworth, but he's possessed by whatever the fuck his name was.
Yeah, because Neil Casey was trying to
surprise, a creepy bad guy.
Being a creep and trying to summon a thing, and it worked, and then it ended up jumping from Neil Casey
into
to Chris Hemsworth. Yeah,
who then made them dance, but then freeze, which was stupid and gay, and I hated it.
Yep. Definitely stupid and gay.
I wrote my second to last note was the entire final act looked like shit. The terrible green screen CGI action was horrible.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah.
Like the worst looking green screen I've ever seen. Or just a green screen room where you're projecting all of these ghosts and goblins flying around everywhere. It looked awful.
Yeah, I did.
And then the last one is the same issue that I had at the end of number 1, which is, again, same issue as number 1. You don't have to become a manifestation of the thing they can envision and be made of something that can be destroyed easily by something as small as a minor fire.
Yes.
You don't have to do that.
No, you don't. And yet?
You can be made of... kryptonite, steel,
not kryptonite,
vibranium, adamantium. You could be fucking anything.
Not unobtainium.
You don't have to be made of paper.
Yep, but you were. So too bad. What else did I have? Early-ish on into their ghost busting. Someone was they sucked a big ghost at a big concert. And but then someone was being skeptical. It was like, can I see the ghost? But it's in the trap and you don't want to let it out of the trap. I'm like, well, yeah, you can't see the ghost we caught, but we caught it with fucking 3,000 witnesses at a concert, many of whom have it on film.
One of them was Ozzy Osbourne.
In fact. Cool cameo. I had written my second favorite Michael McDonald, and then shortly after, hey, my second favorite Matt Walsh.
Yeah.
First one. We future spoilers for a week later from now. We will be seeing a lot of my first favorite Matt Walsh.
We're watching Project Avalanche.
That's Matt Johnson.
That's Matt Johnson. That's right.
Second favorite Matt Jols is the delightful balding redhead man from Veep and this movie.
Yes.
He's my second favorite. Number one is an insane right-wing pundit.
Right.
What could he be doing that we're reviewing?
Couldn't tell you.
But it's very exciting.
Do you have more notes, or I just have a bunch of trivia stuff about this?
I have one of maybe not a direct quote again, maybe more of a paraphrase, but I think someone said something sort of like condescending to them, perhaps something mansplaining, and the response was something to the effect of, "Hey, we're scientists." And a black lady who is not a scientist.
Ernie Hudson wasn't.
No, he wasn't. What does that imply?
Black people can't be scientists.
Well, you said
dark black people can't be scientists.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's like mocha.
He's a delicious mocha. Anything else I had? Annie Potts showed up. That's great.
Annie Potts still look pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah. A small Sam Richardson-esque role. Toby Huss over here trying to save this fucking movie to little success. And then, the last one I had, because I watched the movies all the way through. The gall of the post-credits Zool reference. Yeah. Fuck you.
Yeah.
As if you're making another one of these.
Well,
go to hell, Paul Feig.
At the time,
Paul Feig.
They didn't realize that women can't be the leads in comedy movies.
It's true. How quickly we forget.
All right, I'm going to blow through this trivia so
that
we can finish this and move
Fucking blow it.
In the late 2000s, Harold Ramis and Dan Aykroyd supervised the script for a third Ghostbusters film.
Yeah, I remember a long time ago talk of a Ghostbusters 3.
Was written by year one co-writers Gene Stupnitsky and Lee Eisenberg, Jews. Bill Murray later said in an interview with GQ that he had never read the script after seeing year one. After Eisenberg,
I watched most of year one on a plane. Never went back to find out how it ended.
Why would you?
Didn't care.
It's directed by Harold Ramis, though. After Eisenberg and Stupnitsky moved on, Ethan Cohen.
Ethan, the good Cohen?
Was hired, was
number
hired
one
to write a
Cohen.
draft after successfully stepping in to assist with the executive. Taylor reported that Murray shredded this draft, but Aykroyd denied it was true. During every appearance on the Howard Stern show, Murray agreed that rumors were untrue, but admitted he did not read that draft. So pretty much what happened, a third Ghostbusters film was stuck in development for decades. During the negotiation process for Ghostbusters 2, a deal was struck that gave Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, and Ivan Reitman incredible veto power. No third film could be made without the approval of all four, even if one of them declined.
Everyone had to turn their key.
All four had to turn
fire
their
the
key
torpedo.
To fire the torpedo.
Yeah.
Where did I go? And Reitman had to be offered the chance to direct. Murray was the largest holdout, which was with his reluctance to engage, documented in Sony's email leaks, resulting in several drafts being written only to end up stuck in development. In 2009, all four lead actors, I don't know, I think I copied and pasted that by accident. After Harold Ramis' death in early 2014,
really fucked shit up.
Reitman officially announced that he would let someone else direct a third movie. Sony courted several major comedy filmmakers, including Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg and Judd Apatow.
Sure.
But all declined, intimidated by the idea of trying to top the original movie.
Yeah.
During the process, the studio also offered the film to Paul Feig, who rejected the proposal for the same reasons. When then Sony Motion Pictures chairperson Amy Pascal asked him what it would take for him to commit to the project, Feig considered the question overnight and then came back with the idea for the reboot the next day. So that's the only reason it got made, is because Paul Feig was like, women, we're doing it with ladies.
What about ladies?
Ugh. So, it sucks that Ramis died, and then they were like, oh, well, there goes the...
I guess we'll do girl stuff.
I guess we do girl stuff. Gross.
So that was Ghostbusters 2016.
No more Ghostbusters stuff. I mean
No, except lots.
I mean it.
Except lots more Ghostbuster stuff.
If I'm no more Sonic stuff, I mean it.
There's lots more Sonic stuff. Eve, listen up and listen good. Send us $50 at least for Better Off Dead right now. All right?
Wow, shots fired.
All right. I mean, this isn't out of nowhere. This was discussed, and now I'm disgusted by this movie, and the taste of turkey and gravy soda still lingering in my mouth and back of my throat that perhaps will never go away.
I get it out of the back of your throat.
With what?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, we'll see you later.